in charge, darling, you lead the way, yeah. Break up just to make up, you know that type of shit, yeah. Hold your kisses, ransom till you have it your way, yeah. I never had it like you, boo. Wet till the splash it too good. Boom, just like that. You're Brooklyn on them. Just like that, no.
Hey, Choppy.
I didn't see you coming. What is this kind of love, yeah? Frequencies buzzing. Now I hook on your love, yeah. Maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. Ain't no mountain too high. Any river I cross it. If she say left, then it's left. There ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she's still right. She just want my attention. Anywhere I go, I find myself back to you, yeah. Love it when you in charge, darling, you lead the way, yeah. Break up just to make up, you know that type of shit, yeah. Hold your kisses, ransom till you have it your way, yeah. I never had it like you, boo. Wet till the splash it too good. Bad man in them feels is too soon. Get this kind of love in a blue moon. So if you step into the left, then I step into the left. If you take 2 steps to the right, baby, I already there. Come and hold me a little closer, like you don't want me go nowhere. Spin around till we fall over. They say you dizzy me. I didn't see you coming. What is this kind of love, yeah? Frequencies buzzing. Now I hook on your love, yeah. Maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. Ain't no mountain too high. Any river I cross it. If she say left, then it's left. There ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she's still right. She just want my attention. So if you step into the left, then I step into the left. If you take 2 steps to the right, baby, I already there. Come and hold me a little closer, like you don't want me go nowhere. Spin around till we fall over. They say you dizzy me. Wherever she go, I go in. Any river I cross it. If she say there ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she's still right. She just want my attention.
Hey, you okay?
All to me, give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. No holding back, girl, let it go. Yeah, I know that you want me, that you want me. What you really want, boy, let me know. Come and see how you are, look for my wine on my body. Guessing right now that I found somebody. If I give it up, don't tell nobody. Don't play with the thing, boy. Tell me when you're ready, boy. You know right now that I want you. Don't play around now. You know just what to do. You're all to me. Give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You're all to me. Give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. Boy, I get it right now, and you know I get it right now. Come bring that thing for me. Oh, could you handle me? Because when I back it up on you, grind it up on you, don't be shy when I push back. Hold me tight when I wind back. I could tell that you like that. You know right now that I want you. Don't play around now. You know just what to do. You're all to me. Give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You're got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You're all to me, give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You know right now that I want you. Don't play around now. You know just what to do. You know right now that I want you. Don't play around now. You know just what to do. You're all to me. Give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You're all to me. Give your all to me. Got me singing melodies like na 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 na. You're all to me.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Christmas, granny stitching up curtains, gifts and pastel wrapping, Christmas lights untangling, voice of Daisy singing. This the season for Christmas, it's a Trini Christmas, Christmas, it's a Trini Christmas, Christmas. Friends coming from foreign, Cricks and how we eat it. This the season for Christmas, it's a Trini Christmas, Christmas, it's a Trini Christmas, Christmas.
Celebrate 100 years of Trini Christmas with Cricks, the vital supplies.
It's crazy. I wake up on Christmas morning, a canal outside the mobile was passing. When I see how much prices they told him, I tell Yvonne start the paranging. There's a whole set of cars, iPhones and groceries too, and plenty freeness when you see the Christmas crew. Must be crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. Other networks making joke. You're crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. The best in all of Trinidad. You can't miss this B Mobile Christmas. You must be crazy to be with any other network.
Battalion music.
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. In the still of the night, I lay listening to you breathe. People search for heaven all their lives. How lucky am I? Heaven's breathing next to me. Oh, shoot me by, Vijani. Oh, shoot me by, yeah. Oh, shoot me by, Vijani. I'm really down, yeah. The sea has no answer for the depth of this feeling. I will love you in the heat of the morning and the cool of the night. Shula,
Why can't I just walk away?
Whenever I can't find a simple peace of mind, I run to you. Wherever I plan to go, I'm thinking how long I won't be with you. My love for you grows stronger every day. My love for you grows like a raging wave. Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away? However I bitch your life without you here, it never lasts. Whatever I say to make you leave, you come right back. It always passes. My love for you grows stronger every day. My love for you grows like a raging wave. Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away? It never really feels right until we are in moonlight. I think I shouldn't be here until you look in my eyes. If I leave it, always come in love, undenying, unconditional. My love for you grows stronger every day. My love for you grows like a raging wave. Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away? My love for you grows stronger. My love for you grows like a raging wave. Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away? Why can't I just walk away?
He said my afro like the night sky, all the constellations in my eyes, caramel dripping melanated.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Steph Kalu.
And I'm Nicole Wong Chong.
And today is a fantastic day, guys, because we have a guest.
Yeah.
A very fantastic guest who's going to be joining the conversation today. Her name is Camille Campbell. Please put that camera on the lovely Camille. She's going to be here talking the things with us today. All right. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you
yes.
so much.
She is a well-versed psychologist, but you know what? I want to save all that for the interview. We just wanted to let everyone know that you're here and you're ready to go. Yes. But ladies, it's been a week. I don't know. It seems as though last week's episode was longer than last week. I don't know.
Yes,
Doesn't it feel that way?
This week is a little bit longer.
I feel like I saw y'all 2 days ago.
I feel like I saw y'all 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's flying for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
girl.
Maybe because you have a lot packed in and you have a
Oh
lot
gosh, you could actually yes, it can certainly feel like it was longer than it really was.
Probably.
But how have you all been? How the Christmas season treating you all?
It's fine.
Oh
Fair to
gosh.
fine.
Look at that look on Nicole's
it's good.
face.
I don't have any complaints really. I was in a small accident.
Oh gosh, Nicole.
We're fine. But I'm down to one car. So that's the only what's
Bummer.
going on. Yeah. But we're working it out and we're fine. I think everything happens for a reason. It probably is a blessing. I'm just gonna say it's a blessing.
Yeah,
okay,
we
it's
have
gonna be
you
a blessing.
here still,
Yes,
so, yeah.
amen.
Yes.
Thank
So
God.
I'm okay. So thank you for asking.
Oh gosh. And this happened on the weekend or during the week so far?
No, it happened a little bit before the weekend.
Okay. How has
So-
your week been thus far then?
Yeah, just trying to figure out what a one car. This is so privileged. What a one car, home feels like. But my daughter actually has a swim meet going on right now, so she's heading. I think they just got to Couva. And we're trying to do the little bit of training to try and get into Carifta for 2024.
Oh,
yes.
So
That's amazing.
Proper stage mom over here, in a sense, but with sports.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to make a holistic all-around child, and it's very hard. But we're gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into that, guys.
What about you, Steph?
It's been great. I've been accepting more than trying to push things. And I'm like, okay, I was trying to think, I need to get gifts for everybody and this
God.
and do this and have all these plans, and then sometimes it's just not working out the way I wanted. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm in my Wusa stage
Yeah,
right
in your
now.
Wusa stage.
Yeah,
I love that. The year is winding down, and that's the time to be in your Wusa stage, I
To be
guess.
fair though, Steph is always in her Wusa Zen phase to me.
No, all your
She has that chill vibe.
Maybe by your standards, but to me, you're always she's always so zen and calm and let me just go and
not when I'm on. It's so weird. I have road rage.
me too.
Oh gosh, we had that conversation.
No judgment.
Don't know
You
what
will
has
never get
happened.
any judgment.
I don't like to because I know I could drive, right?
Yeah.
I know I could reverse real good, and parallel park.
Big up you.
But when, and I know it's so bad, when the guards and places trying to help me, and I know,
hate that.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, come back and do this and do that, and then stop, and then as wine on the window and be like, I could drive. You don't need to tell me.
You actually tell them that?
I do.
Okay.
Because
cool.
they do it in a way where they think that you don't know.
Yes.
A little condescending way, and so I'm
I-
like, no,
I
could
get
drive,
that.
but thanks, I say thanks though.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Camille? How was your weekend and weeks thus far?
It has been good,
Yeah?
Yeah, really relaxing.
Camille seems very pleasant and chill too.
Actually, yeah. I guess you could see it in her disposition that she's having a really chill week so far.
Since she came in.
Yeah? All right. My weekend, the usual, like Nicole Wong Chong.
I saw you. I was Elsa for the guys.
I
Elsa
saw
is
that.
magical. I wasn't Elsa, but I have a friend named Elsa. And
Right.
She went to a lot of different gigs this weekend. But you, ma'am, I don't sing for 45 an hour. I just go around.
Oh gosh. But that is
You
that
were
is
at
standard
a lot
though.
of gigs this weekend. This
So
week.
I see you. Listen, she's talking about me, but I
we wanted
well
to
see you doing your stuff. I saw flyers. I wouldn't say where because your privacy, but I saw Nicole up in different areas. She also performed. Can I say it at the what's it called?
Carols by Candlelight.
Around the
So
Savannah.
sad I missed that, Nicole.
Yeah.
Y'all, it has so many things going on around the Savannah. You could take your family and even
Yes.
your friends who you've hadn't seen for the past year. Carry your Christmas lime to the Savannah with a cooler. at
We
the
were
Botanical
actually planning
Garden.
to show up and surprise you.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 It just didn't work out though.
But listen, hook a girl up with your fancy schmancy gigs. And don't worry, I got you.
Oh,
I got
know that
you.
you
Don't
do.
worry. You scratch mine, I scratch
I'm gonna
yours.
send Sophia across to you.
Yes.
I'm not interested, but I'll send Sophia across to you.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I will bring her on,
People love to see this 14-year-old child singing.
You
I don't
cannot
know.
say these things to Mia because I will bring her on
I'm
my
telling you,
gigs.
she would.
Okay, say
She's
less.
like, Mommy, can I have a job? I was like, sure, find a job, Sophia. No problem. Go
Say
find a job.
less. I will bring her on my gigs and I will pay her.
Meanwhile,
Right?
I had a Elsa gig
Mhm.
for. No, they tend to be long because it's corporate Christmas parties, 1
Mhm.
to 5. I said, Sophia, I will pay you out of my money if you come as Anna. So I have the Elsa and the Anna's costume.
Right.
1 hour into Sophia's like, oh my God. She's
Really?
gone. How do you do this?
These children different, you know.
And
Yeah, their
I'm
attention
offering to
span is
give
like
her $400. She's like, I'll just wait for 2. I'll just wait for 2. I'm
She's
like,
Gen- is she Gen Z or the one after? I don't even know where it
she's
starts
Gen
and stops.
Z. I'm millennial. And
Of
she's
course.
Gen Z, so.
Yes. Well,
I'm
yeah.
more like a boomer, but not okay.
All right. So, guys, if you're just joining us, we are your Island Girls, and we have a special guest in the house today, a psychologist. Right? I don't want it. I want you to say it all. But she is a professional, a psychologist, a certified counselor, in a master's in counseling, psychology, etc., etc. And we are going to be getting into a very important topic today, which we will get into later on. But we want to focus a little bit on you, Camille. Yes. So you describe yourself as a kingdom woman, right? You've been married for 20 years. Congratulations. Not everyone can accomplish that.
In 2 years.
Yes. Big up you. Big up you.
I love that for you.
Big up
and
you.
for your partner. Great husband. Yes.
Yes. A proud mom of 2 lovely kids. Right? You have a master's in counseling psychology, like I mentioned, a bachelor's in psychology, both from the University of the Southern Caribbean. The Southern Caribbean. What is this all here? She got me
Just
tongue
say
tied.
USC, you know.
I could have. Right? And you are also a certified mediator, which I want to know a little more about. But Camille, can you just tell the people a little bit about your journey thus far, how you got to where you are? How you, about your success, all that jazz. Just talk the things.
Well, it is really an honor to be on this platform.
Thank
this
you.
evening.
It's an honor having you, ma'am.
It's really
thank you.
a privilege. I love when doors are open in different avenues and spaces because you feel as though there's something that needs to be shared.
Yes.
Somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody needs to find hope about something that they may be going through.
Yes,
so
indeed.
It really is a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
My journey in being a psychologist is one where I am not the ambitious one. So, you'd have some folks who knew what they wanted to do after school and all that.
Right.
Yes. I was real happy just having a government work.
Oh, gosh. It took some doing.
It took some doing. So my journey is one where I started off as a clerk typist. And to the entry exam to being a clerk typist, I would have failed that 13 times.
Oh, shoot.
And
Really?
on the 14th time, I got in and I got to be a clerk typist.
Yes, I.
And for many years, I was a clerk typist, and then I did a certificate course at UE, Administrative Professional Office Management, and then I moved to a secretary and then an executive secretary. And part of me was just feeling as though there's something that is missing.
I see.
You just get that call,
And
right?
I had to do a lot of soul searching as to what is it that is my purpose? What is it that I'm supposed to do? And I had to, in my soul searching, I realized, it's like God kind of showed me a lot of areas of my life where people used to come and just talk to me about some strange things.
Yes.
And I took these things for granted back then, not realizing that, so what do you want me to do? So I started off, I went and I did a degree in psychology with no inclination as to what to do afterwards.
Oh, wow.
And then you just felt like, okay, you should do the master's. And, so this is not me being all ambitious and trying. There are persons who do that, and that's great. But for me, the journey is a little different. So I would have been working in the RHAs, and then I felt the need to leave and start my own private practice.
Fantastic.
You know,
So after you do the degree, you're able to start your own private practice?
No, at the master's.
From master's level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that journey took you, what, 5 years? Or
7.
7 years. So like a full-on doctorate, you know? Like, oh, wow.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
How long have you been doing psychology now?
5 years.
Okay.
And what has the experience been thus far?
Um,
Rewarding?
it's been fulfilling.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it is. To see someone's journey and to see how they navigate through their seasons and you get to be a part of their process is truly an amazing, fulfilling feeling.
Oh, wow.
You get to know that you can help someone, and you don't judge them. Some people, they just want a space to talk.
Yes.
Some people want to know, they might want tools or tips. They might be, lost. They're feeling certain ways, and you're just there providing that support to that person.
Just listening to you speak as well, you can see it on her face and her eyes and her delivery that this is something she truly enjoys.
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Camille, you have a specialty, like couples, or, do you focus on like one area?
Well, as a counseling psychologist, I work with couples, individuals who may be going through their own life issues, children, parenting, and dealing with persons who might be navigating through grief, anger, things like that.
Amazing.
So I work with men, women, children, families, and things like that.
So you mentioned counseling psychologist, but you are also a certified mediator. Can you tell us what's the difference between the two and how it works?
Well, a mediator is one who comes to help persons who may be at an impasse, and it's hard for them to resolve an issue. So at this point, you have tried talking it through with each other, and it's not working. So you find that the mediator comes now to listen to both sides, almost like you're being an adjudicator in a matter, because you're allowing each person to share what is happening, and then coming up to a solution that benefits both persons.
So it's not a compromise?
No.
I'm guessing this would come up in, like, let's say, divorces, custody, child custody, etc.
It does. But even also persons who may just have an impasse and they need that assistance.
So like properties, ownership of certain items and stuff like that. But when it comes to actually, why I said a compromise, because I wanted you to explain to our viewers what's the difference between a compromise and maybe the process of mediation. Usually people say, okay, well, we could come to a compromise. No, I don't want no compromise.
Well, you see, in mediation, it means that we have to reach to a place where we both feel as though we have won.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that does mean a bit of a compromise, because you may anticipate getting this and the other person is getting that, and if we stay hardball, then we don't get anywhere. So you find that it's now coming in and listening to each party and believing and understanding what you're most comfortable in accepting in the end.
And you help people get to that point, because a lot of times you're probably not going to see it.
Correct. Because at this point you have heightened emotions,
Yeah.
you have a lot of different issues that you're dealing with. So my job is to just allow each person to share in a respectful way and to be able to draw out the things that are being said, and to now come to that place where, can you see it from this person's perspective? How can we now reach a place where we both feel as though
we're being heard?
Yes.
Is that difficult for you, showing one person who might just be stubborn or just one-sided, to show them another perspective?
Well, for persons who might be a bit difficult, I think it's just that they're seeing their perspective alone. There are times when it's hard to, even when dealing with couples, it's hard to, when somebody is hard and fast on
Stuck
this
in their
is
ways,
what it is, and in some cases, you may not be able to help everyone. And that's something that I had to come to terms with, because remember, this is someone's process. And I can only help someone through their process as much as they are willing to be helped.
Yes.
That is so true.
So while we may want to save the world,
I would like to save the world.
It does come with, well, you're Elsa, so
she gets it.
It does come with some limitations.
Yeah, but from I have a really burning question. From my experience with counseling many moons ago, I felt, and I've heard other people feel like this, and I guess that's where you get someone who you feel more comfortable with. So what is your advice for persons who are getting couples counseling and then they feel like the counselor is on the other person's side all the time? I'm always wrong. Now, I know while I'm in that experience, it's really hard for me to understand because my emotions are there. But
Running
can you
high.
guide someone through, maybe they may be in a safe space now and ready to hear, ready to learn, ready to understand? Or is it that sometimes counselors or psychologists or therapists are biased? I don't know. How do you?
Well, we try not to be biased. I know each person may have their own process, but for me, what I do, I have a session with each person individually first, because sometimes you may be in the couple session and you may want to share things that
there you go.
you know. So I try to have the individual session at first,
Gotcha.
and then have the couple session. And if it is something that they both want, where they both want the marriage, at this point I name them team.
I see.
And at the end, even though I may reiterate something on one side or the other, we end recognizing that and reminding them that this is the teamwork, and remember the end result is this. So it may seem biased for either person in the moment as they're sharing based on what is being dealt with, but we always come back to the end result, which is what you want, which is what you want in marriage, and you want it to be harmonious, in unity, have good communication. So I get the goals of what they want from the beginning, and we always reiterate that in the end, so that even if the sessions are a bit heated, we must come back to the base and focus on what we want.
Love that.
Amazing. So Camille, going forward, you are the owner and the director of Pathway of Healing Counseling Services Limited, right? Where you provide counseling, etc., to individuals, couples, etc. Tell us a little bit about this business that you have, how it started, and how it's going.
Yes. Well, this business came at a time when I was dealing with loss. So, you know, and it's like, how do you navigate through this? And, you know, as I was sharing the journey before, most of it is not ambition. I see people who have ambition and it's like, yeah, when you're 8 years old, I'm going to be this, and it's like, good for you. I feel it for those who might be in their late teens or 20 and you ask them, so what do you want to do? And they were like, I don't know yet. I have a heart for those.
I see.
Because it takes a little doing. It's as though everything you have been that is needed, that you were born with, all of your purpose and your everything that is already inside you, and it takes a little bit of peeling the onion. So for such persons, you try to encourage them that it's already inside you. Just take some time to reflect on what comes natural to you. So that would have been leaving my job in the health sector was one of the scariest things that I had to do.
I can imagine.
I had to do a lot of soul searching, is this exactly what you are saying, God? Because let me tell you, this wasn't because of, you know, the grass seems greener on the other side. This was because you just felt this is what you had to do. So it was really terrifying. But to see how it's as though God is sending people in my path through each stage to where it is now is really amazing. So how this business started and where it is now, it's nothing short of a miracle.
Did you feel that from like the first session you had?
Oh no.
Like you didn't feel that gratification from the other person?
Was it scary?
Oh.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was
But didn't
terrifying.
you do practices on your family and friends?
It's totally different when it's strangers.
But remember, they
right?
may not be paying customers.
And true. I mean, to be fair, I don't think her friends and and family don't want to be psyched out by her either,
But
you know.
the funny thing is, as soon as you tell someone that you're a psychologist, they immediately feel as though you
Word
are
vomit.
psychoanalyzing them.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's like, no, I'm just here to enjoy a dinner. I really am not thinking of you or
Guilty.
psychoanalyzing
I am
you.
guilty of that. The minute I know,
I am ready to get free advice when I'm here. Like, I'm here. So hi.
that's a good way of looking at it, Nicole. But
I will be your
I will
bestie.
admit, she will be your bestie, and I, being the cautious person that I am, I'd be like, okay, this is a therapist. She's gonna
judging
know.
you.
She's judging me. Judgy Wudgy was a bear, you know. So let me just tread lightly. But then, of course, you therapists have a way of just getting people to word vomit. You know what I mean? So
Is
once you
that
start
true?
I think is it a learned skill? Because all of you do it.
Yeah, or is it like this kind of innate thing that you'll have that
I guess
people
it's-
just feel the
I
need
think
to
it's
just
how you
spill?
ask
I think
questions.
it's how we ask questions. Well, I can speak for myself.
Yes.
It's how I may ask questions, and sometimes a person in that moment may have just needed someone, and it's as though help came.
Yes.
You were God's little
in your,
angel.
In your own space, you may have been going through something, and it's
Right.
as though, hey, help is here.
I think what Nicole wanted to say is, how does it feel to be one of God's chosen ones?
Oh, it is so humbling.
I
Yes.
am going to study psychology. I want to be a chosen one.
Could I ask one more question?
Of course.
Sometimes so even if friends talking to me and I don't mind, but afterwards I have this thing with energy. Sometimes you could feel
Trained.
drained a little bit or feel that energy too from people. Like, how do you deal with that? How you filter it out?
Right. Well, the first thing
It's a
is, I
good
believe
question.
that everyone has the grace to do what they have to do. So I have a friend who is an educational psychologist, and I can't be an educational psychologist.
Yes.
And she asks me, so how can you be a counseling psychologist and hear these things whole day? One, I believe I have the grace for it. Everybody,
Yes.
when they're doing what they are called to do, they have the grace to do it.
Right.
That's the first thing. The second thing is boundaries and self-care. That's super
Yes.
important. So that I ensure that I am at the best, because being a psychologist is something I do. But I have many different hats that I wear. So I want to ensure that I give all those in the space that I am in the best version of me all the time. And that comes by sometimes taking a nap, doing something for yourself. So self-care is really important. And also just if someone comes with a really weighty something, is just being able to detox in your own self.
Right.
For me personally, if it is a real situation, I say, Lord, this is yours. You need to do something about this. And you find that that's my way of releasing whatever may be heavy that the person may have just brought on me.
Yeah.
So it's different ways that I try to detox in that sense.
So, Camille, you have mentioned the Lord several times now in the conversation, and you refer to yourself in the bio as a kingdom woman.
Yes.
Right? So, obviously, you are a believer. How do you marry your faith with your practice?
Well, in counseling, anyone can come for counseling. It's open. I think where my faith comes in is being able to not be judgmental, being able to see the worth in someone. Now, there's counseling, but I believe that it's a marriage that I get to do in having my faith. Now, I don't put my faith on others because that's my personal belief. But what it allows me to do is to see people through where they might be at and to know how best to help them. And also to provide that space where they can share, because there are a lot of people who they need counseling, but in some cases they need that inner healing that counseling may not be able to reach. Maybe their own spiritual journey and walk,
Yes.
So it's important to know that while counseling is good, there are limitations, because some persons, they just need that connection, that
Amazing.
area of spirituality to come alive in their heart.
Amazing,
But you mentioned, just to take it back a little bit, you mentioned, well, you're a psychologist. Is there a difference between a psychologist and a therapist?
The words are interchangeably.
Okay. And you mentioned before there are different types of psychologists.
Yes, there are.
Could you just shed some light on that?
Sure. Well, there's educational, which deals with learning styles and children and learning disabilities.
Okay.
They do testing based on that, like children who have learning disabilities and ways to help them to learn.
Okay.
There's also clinical psychology. That's where they do a lot of testing.
So that is married with actual medicine as well?
Well, no psychology is married with medicine. Psychiatry is married with medicine.
See, guys, these words.
Right. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor who specializes in mental illness.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
So they are the ones who prescribe medication.
Right.
Okay.
No psychologist can.
Because an educational psychologist who now diagnoses, or do they not diagnose? They just help from the diagnosis how to get to like dealing with these kids, understanding them and stuff like that.
So let's say a child comes in and a child has ADHD. They may be able
Which
to...
would have been... You come in with that from someone that diagnosis not is given.
Well, no, they can diagnose as well based on the different testings that are done.
Okay.
And in their management, they may be able to help this child with different techniques. Now, if the child, depending on what the child is coming with, the child might need management with medication as well. And that's where they may need to refer the child to the psychiatrist.
Right.
And so it's they are working hand in hand because the psychiatrist doesn't give tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I get
The psychiatrist will just be able to manage the medicinal part of it.
Okay.
So you see where each...
So the physical, the psychiatrist would manage the physicality of the kids, so... Because it's mental and maybe their hormones or stuff like that.
Correct. So when it comes to the medicinal part of it, yes. But when it comes to learning tools and how to manage...
Which is very important.
Yes. That's where the psychologist comes in.
Yeah. So Camille, are you guys, now I know you're a counseling psychologist, but are you guys connected to the schools or maybe the community centers?
Yes.
You especially, are you finding yourself a lot in this area? Because I mean, we're hearing different stories now.
Yes.
Post COVID.
Yes.
So have you seen that your skills are definitely more needed?
Yes. I am not in the school system in that sense. I deal with parents and students.
Oh yeah, we need
who come privately.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the school system when it comes to... So you have guidance officers and
Counselors.
counselors,
Yes.
and they have social workers
Yes.
and stuff who deals with the school system. But from my practice, you're seeing that children do need that support.
Absolutely.
They need the help. They need that space where they can share. So many things might be happening with them. So, is just providing that space for them. Exams is a major issue when it
You're
comes
finding
to
more and
children.
more of that?
Yeah.
It has always been.
Yeah.
It has always been really high. So you see, when that season of SEA or CSEC exam comes around, there's a heightened influx of persons with anxiety. Some have depression. Some have all different things that you're just trying to help them navigate through, because these exams can be tough
stressful,
and stressful,
Very much so.
for both the parents and the child.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
So Camille, through your practice, you obviously love teaching and empowering people, etc. One on social media, but you also said through workshops.
Yes.
Run us through what a typical workshop is like with you.
Right. So you find different avenues. So I may have workshops at schools. But it's based on, let's say, the PTA reached out to me, because in some of these other cases it has a lot of bureaucracy and red tape.
Yeah, politics.
Yes.
So through the PTA you find that they reached out. I had one recently on for parents to understand the love languages of their children.
Oh, wow.
And I really applauded the PTA for doing that, because I found that to be such an empowering
I am seeing, listen, I am listening to you, Camille, and everything you're saying is lovely, but I am looking at Nicole's face. Why are we getting that face from you? Why the good lady is
Let Camille finish. She is doing her thing.
You were saying that when you're contacted by the schools to partake in these workshops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, that's one of the avenues that you get into. Sometimes you find churches have areas that they want to now look at a holistic way of living, and they invite me to speak on various topics. So, information is being shared, and I think people are being more open to receiving the information and counseling, which is a beautiful thing.
I like that. So other than, when you go to these workshops and you're sharing your information, are there any other aspects of the workshop that you can maybe get the crowd participation, get them involved in things to really hit home with what you're teaching?
Yeah, definitely. Because you see, a lot of persons, depending on what is happening, it does hit home. It's real to them. I remember having a workshop dealing with how, as a woman, to take care of your home and the areas that you can now build and grow. So the topics tend to be quite relevant based on what is happening. And persons, they're ready. And out of that, they either decide to do counseling. In some cases, they go, because I always say there's so much information out there now. Just being teachable is so important.
Yes.
Camille, could I ask, do you have like a channel of yours that you, or even videos that?
Who knows?
I would love to look at some.
You might be speaking something there,
Yeah, you could start your channel.
I actually thought you had
post tips and videos. Like, I'm sure people would love to hear.
I try to put it on social media. So on my Pathway to Healing Counseling Services page, Facebook page.
Okay.
I try to put, because I think one of the deterrent to counseling is the cost.
I see.
And I'm quite mindful of that, and I try to help as best as I can. But I still have to pay my bills.
Yes.
Of
and
course.
I still have a family. So I try to put information out there that can help as much as possible.
Yes.
So persons can get tools, tips as they need
I like
to.
that. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Camille, until you have ascertained your own video and vlog, like Lovely Steph is suggesting, you are welcome to come on this show anytime. And we can talk all the things here on this show until you're ready to do your own thing. Yes. So guys, you have any more questions for Camille?
So I wanted to get into so your specialty would be dealing just with any challenges with not necessarily children alone, but you work with families on the whole and persons who have personal challenges. Is there a sign where they can recognize, all right, it doesn't have to be a major issue or problem? When should I perhaps seek someone to exhale?
Right.
And also, following that, I'm trying to figure out, you touched on the exams, so it does tie in. You touched on the exams, and since it's an indicator coming down to CXE, you find an influx. So coming down to SEA, should people seek counseling a little bit before so that they're able to manage it? So when is a good time is basically what I'm asking.
So I think some people, based on what is happening with them in that moment, I know we're dealing with loss, exams, or any of these topics, you will be able to observe the person to know what is happening. Is the child seeming really flustered? They can't focus, they seem overwhelmed. As an adult, you find yourself stressing a lot, you're quarreling a lot. It's hard to just, find that sense of calm. Or you find that, I want to change. I want to do things differently. So people come for counseling based on different reasons. In some cases, you find that there are persons who just want to learn some more, and they come. And then there are those who are in the crisis. and they recognize, listen, I can't do this alone anymore and I need help.
Is there like
Amazing.
an age limit? So what about the teenagers who might not want to tell their parents?
Yes.
Or maybe they come from broken homes.
Yes.
You know, how do they reach out for help?
Right. So once they're underage, we need to get the consent of the parent.
Oh.
And when that is done, you know, you find that teenagers have a space and they just want someone to understand where they're at. So, you know, based on their music or whatever else they might be, and you try to connect with them on that. So sometimes dealing with a child, you'd see they share their screen, look at the anime, and it's like, oh, that's so cute, because this is just where they're at and you're trying to just get into their world. So you find when it comes to different age groups, some come because of a situation, a crisis, and there are some that openly says, I need help.
I have a question, Camille. So Steph asked about teenagers, etc., who mightn't feel comfortable chatting with their parents, which is understandable. We've all been there. But and you have to get the permission from the parents. We get that. But what about those unique instances where, let's say, the child comes from a very toxic environment, and getting the parents' permission might be more catastrophic than not getting there, you know, and maybe it might be your job to recognize that. How would you treat with a situation like that where you can see that this teenager needs help, but you can't give it without parental permission? However, it's going to be problematic if they do get that permission.
Right. So in some cases, the crisis and the dysfunction is coming from the parents. And we have seen where governmental agencies get involved. So whether it was through the police being called, Children's Authority, and things like that. So while you, in the typical world, you need the permission of the parent, in some cases, if it's the parent that is causing abuse or whatever else is happening, you find that there are other agencies that gets involved. That way, they take they take over the situation when it comes to the child, and they are now able to protect the child. It's as though they take custody of the child in that situation and try to do investigations to see what is happening and stuff like that. Yeah.
Understood. Well, guys, we kind of running tight on time.
One more question. I promise one more question.
One more from Nicole.
Tie up.
Yes.
In terms of, if you had just this piece of advice to give to parents, and the reason why I was like, oh my God, love languages of children. Listen to me. Okay. If you had this piece of advice to give to parents, because we've been through it, and I know you have two of your own, what would you say for them to notice or just open up? You know, just one piece of advice you could give to parents to help them maintain their sanity of the newer generation that we're seeing coming up. What would that be? Please be our saving grace.
One bit of advice I'll give to parents is that when we get to understand what our role and function is in raising these children, their gifts, we get to partner. We are just the stewards. But when we are overwhelmed, there's a story of if you have the oxygen mask on in an airplane, who do you put the oxygen mask on first? And we parents, mothers would say the child. And that means we'll all die because you have to put the mask on yourself first.
Yes.
And I would say to parents who might be feeling overwhelmed, tired, burnt out at this time, we cannot be the superhero. There are some things that you just have to allow to just have its course because we wear a lot of hats.
Yes,
but
Camille.
I will also say to parents is that when you get to know your child, you will know when you're doing too much, when you need to pull back, when you need to give encouragement, when you need to get support from the outside. You get to know your child. That's very important.
Well said.
And that's how you get to help them.
Well said, Camille.
Thanks for that.
Before we wrap up this segment, can you please tell the people how they can reach you online? Because the way you're talking, I looking to sign up my next appointment. You know, how can people reach you online or otherwise if they would like to book a session with you?
Sure. So we are on Facebook, Pathway to Healing Counseling Services Limited. On Instagram, we are on Healing Hearts 2805. That's 2805. On
Healing
email, we are at the same Healing Hearts 2805 at gmail.com.
Okay.
And they can get me also at 773-1480 on WhatsApp.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you
All the numbers you need, guys, for your sanity.
There you have it, guys. Our guest today, Camille Campbell, here just dropping gem after gem. But of course, we didn't expect anything less.
Advice.
But
Thank you.
we don't go anywhere. She's still going to be here. We have the next segment coming up, topic of the day, right? And what we're going to be discussing with the lovely Camille is how to navigate loss and grief during the holidays, which is a very apt discussion to have today in light of what the whole nation and the whole region has been experiencing based on last night's events. You know, guys, it's no secret that we lost a true pioneer in the soca industry, in the soca fraternity last night, and we're going to get into that. It's apt because you and I, Camille, discussed this topic 2 weeks ago. We discussed that we were going to be talking about grief and loss during the holidays since 2 weeks ago, and now it's quite fitting with regard to what is currently happening. So guys, stay tuned to the show. Island Girl Talk, Crystal Kane, lovely Steph Kalu, Nicole Wong Chong. We'll be right back after these messages. Keep it locked.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
This pretty girl want woman calypso. Fly to me, let me show you how the thing go. Every song boy want run, come link ya. From the way that you move when you whine like this and you move like that. When you whine like this and you move like that. You know you make me say oh, oh. Bust one in the air if you know you a star, say oh, oh. Lighters in the air if you know that you're bad, yeah. Murder she wrote on the wall I see. So many times you switched on me. 2-time while you 2-time me. I give you 3 strike and you done striking. Still can't let go. Got me on hold. Heart went cold but that body they burn like. We been smoking on that Bob Marley. You just act like you hurt nobody. Run the streets and you don't say sorry. Sorry. We been smoking on that Bob Marley. You just act like you hurt nobody. You ain't gotta say sorry. No, no. This pretty girl want woman calypso. Fly to me, let me show you how the thing go. Every song boy want run, come link ya. From the way that you move when you whine like this and you move like that. When you whine like this and you move like that. You know you make me say oh, oh. Bust one in the air if you know you a star, say oh, oh. Lighters in the air if you know that you're bad, yeah. You know, I know, you don't wanna love, you just wanna roll up. Told you from jump when I seen that glow. We was on the corner, now we all grown up. I mix it up the way you like. We taking shots like it's game night. I wanna show you a good time. pass it to you, then it's woosah. We been smoking on that Bob Marley. You just act like you hurt nobody. Run the streets and you don't say sorry, sorry. We been smoking on that Bob Marley. You just act like you hurt nobody. You ain't gotta say sorry, no, no. This pretty girl want rum and calypso. Fly to me, let me show you how the thing go. Every song boy want run, come link you. From the way that you move when you whine like this and you move like that. When you whine like this and you move like that. You know you make me say oh, oh. Bust one in the air if you know you a star, say oh, oh. Lighters in the air if you know that you're bad, yeah.
I wanna feel your body close to mine. Maybe be my fantasy. I wanna be right by you all the time. Baby, just you and me. So let's talk a little bit in the middle of the night. Share a little business of the vision of your night. Wanna see your face. Wanna see your face. So let's talk a little bit in the middle of the night. Share a little business of the vision of your night. Wanna see your face. Wanna see your face. Tell me what your name, where your sign is. Sure wanna know where your vibe is. Together we can get all up in this place. Tell me when you know where your sign is. I just wanna know what defines us. You need to know I'm not playing games. You know your smile, it control me. Give me the form to enroll me. I never want you to throw this all away. So when you're calling me over, give me the word, I'll be over. Your body got me all up in my head. I wanna feel your body close to mine. Maybe be my fantasy. I wanna be right by you all the time. Baby, just you and me. So let's talk a little bit in the middle of the night. Share a little business of the vision of your night. Wanna see your face. Wanna see your face. So let's talk a little bit in the middle of the night. Share a little business of the vision of your night. Wanna see your face. Wanna see your face. Wanna be right by your side. Let me be your fantasy. I wanna drive you into overdrive. Take you to the depths of me. You know your smile, it control me. Give me the form to enroll me. I never want you to throw this all away. So when you're calling me over, give me the word, I'll be over. Your body got me all up in my head. I wanna feel your body close to mine. Maybe be my fantasy. I wanna be right by you all the time.
Guys, we are back. We're back with more show for you guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Steph Kalu.
And I'm Nicole Wong Chong.
And we have the lovely and insightful Camille Campbell in the house. Already, we haven't even gotten into the topic, and already we have learned so much.
Yep.
Thank you for being here. We're very pleased. Yes. But you guys, we're gonna get into it, the meat of it, right? As we were saying, Camille, you and I were talking 2 weeks ago about what we were gonna be discussing today when you came, and Camille she chose the topic of navigating grief and loss during the holidays, and we were saying how fitting this conversation is considering recent happenings, right? We lost a well-loved pioneer in the soca music industry, right? Ricardo Drew.
Very kind, very awesome person.
Authentic
Humble
person. Oh my God, guys. Drew was a good friend. We all experienced him at some point or the other, and he passed last night of a rumored, we're not sure, I'm not sure if any news has changed since we've been here, but he passed of an apparent cardiac arrest. But we are all reeling from this information, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, Pat, his baby Lily, his sons, his family in Antigua, friends, etc. We're going to get more into the topic later on in the show during trends, but we just wanted to point out the importance of how important this topic is.
How relevant.
We are clearly we're feeling it. Everybody is feeling this, and it's still overwhelming and it's still very shocking. So Camille, you are going to talk to us about how we should deal with this type of stuff.
I'm sure you have come across clients or patients that have similar experiences, so maybe you could share a little bit about how you help them.
Why did you choose this topic?
I think Christmas is not only Santa Claus, bells, joy,
gifts,
exuberance, gifts.
Right.
While some persons are experiencing that, and I really don't want to take that away because it's true to what's happening with them. I feel as though there are a lot of families and persons who Christmas time is a tough time for them.
Indeed.
And that's why, when I was speaking with Crystal, you're thinking Christmas is in 2 weeks' time. And this is a topic that and persons who may feel isolated, people may not understand what's happening with them because grief is such a universal thing, but it is so individualistic in how you might be processing it, how you might be dealing with it. So while each one of us may have known someone who passed away, we might have different experiences and ways that we might deal with it. And it's not that one is better than the other, but it's just that you want to know what might work for you in that season of loss.
Of course. Camille, before you go on, can I just ask you to stick a pin right there? We want to just make mention of our people in the chat room. We don't like to ignore our audience. So we have Lendell Valdez saying good evening to the ladies of Island Girl Talk, and there are mixed feelings this evening, but although tomorrow is not promised, let's treat each other with love and respect. Yes indeed, Lendell. Always with a good word. Daryl Morris says yes, agreeing. We have Fire Wolfman in the house saying self-care is important, especially in that profession. This would have been with our earlier discussions with Camille. He goes on to say, greetings and blessings as always, ladies. Thank you.
Hi.
We have Nicole Wong Chung in the house, of course, the chat room that is, saying good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and keep the comments coming. Yes, indeed. Thanks for that, Nicole. We have Stefan Warwick coming in with a smiley face. He said, Crystal, how are you doing, B? Afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Steph. We have, I think it's a new person called Tad. Excellent segment, they say. Thank you so much. Welcome if this is your first time joining the show. We have Stefan Warwick again saying he saw my Trotters performance this weekend. Thank you, Stefan. We have Daryl Morris back saying, does she get her own counseling as a counselor? That's for you. Do you have your own counseling?
That's an interesting question.
Yes, I want to know that too.
Yeah.
And then Stefan goes on to say that you're looking like Kamla.
Oh,
a young girl.
Yes. And lastly, Valdez Brooks is saying, like up the stream, Olia. Yes. Like and share this live. Today is an important topic, so we would appreciate if you liked and shared the live. Yes? But can you answer that question? Do you have your own counseling?
yes, I do. Because we all need someone at some time.
Yes.
Because, it doesn't matter. I am Camille Campbell, a person.
Yes.
So you
We
have
see you.
your own person.
So this
that
is part of your
counsels you.
self-care?
Correct. Whether it is a girlfriend, my best friend, my husband.
Of course.
Connecting with another therapist, to say, we need some support in here. So yes, it is very important.
Fantastic. Amazing. All right. So, guys, let's get into it. Right? We asked you to stick a pin. You can just, how do we do it? Because Let's just be real now. It is hard. Right now, I have friends who would have lost their loved ones. I have friends who despise Christmas time because of them losing someone close to the time in the season. It's a lot. What advice can you, Camille, give to these people? How can we navigate this? And now, with regard to Drew passing, we're feeling it now. Yes. You know, even those who are not that close to him, but enjoyed his music, enjoyed him as an artist, people are feeling it. And it doesn't make it easier because he was an amazing person as well. Like the lady said, kind-hearted, good-natured, authentic. How do we deal with it, Camille?
Well, grief is a heavy topic. And it is something that if it's not managed well, and this is not managing it meaning that you're finding solutions for it. Because as you were reading a post or a text before,
yes, let me get it for you.
We learn to deal with it, but dealing with it doesn't mean you come up with a solution.
Exactly.
Dealing with it means that you find ways to navigate through it.
This is what he said. We have Karen. Yep, he sent me a message saying, you don't deal with grief. You accept the reality of it and you learn to live with it, really. What do you have to say about that?
And that's true. Because when we accept it, it means that we understand that this situation is real and there isn't anything I can do to change it.
Wow.
And that's the first real tough
reality.
That
is a very hard reality.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's going to take me a hot minute to digest. Is there how do I do that?
Through the rituals.
What are the steps?
The rituals would be, you found out this person passed away, and then we have the ritual of funeral.
Yes.
Right. So
and that's quite important because it helps to bring a measure of closure that this is real. You know, there's a physical body here. This is not just a send off. It's also kind of you getting to process. This is real.
So it's not a see you later.
There's some merit to that, you know, because I've seen it time and again where there were deaths in the family. We were all reeling from it. And it's like, we can't believe it, you know, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. But then the funeral comes. And something about whether it's cremation or burying, you see that body going down. Yeah. You see the dirt being poured on top of the casket. And somehow you just look around and you see on everybody's faces like, that's it. Yeah. It's done.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's an acceptance that no one wanted to accept before. An acceptance that we all avoided prior, but something about the finality of seeing them laid to rest or rolled into the cremation room, a sense of absolution takes place.
For some people, they may have their loved one may have had an illness, and even though they are seeing the decline, there's the hope that it may change.
Right.
Right. For some persons, their loved one may have been ailing. And, you know, even though you know what the outcome may be, you feel at peace because they're no longer suffering.
Yes.
Right.
And then there are those, like what happened yesterday, where it just comes out of the blue, no warning, no kind of indication.
The worst ones. That's the worst.
And
the worst.
It's as though, well, is this really true? You know? And dealing with grief is really, it's one of the toughest, hardest things that we as humans can go through. The loss of a parent, a child, a spouse, it's one of the toughest things that a person can go through. And, you know, as you navigate through grief, it means that we have to understand that what is considered normal, not everyone may be in merriment over Christmas, and that's okay. So now your loved one may have passed away yesterday, or they may have passed away years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
And the traditions and these these very special dates, birthdays, the anniversaries, these dates come.
Bring up memories.
And it brings up memories.
Yes.
Christmas is a time where I remember having a friend who she and her mom did everything for Christmas. Buy the curtains, do this. So Christmas is now a horrible time because you didn't just lose your mom, you lost your shopping
I actually
partner.
have a friend who's
tradition. You've lost your traditions, etc.
Correct.
What were you saying,
I was
Steph?
saying I have a close friend who's coming in actually this weekend to have a memorial service for her mom who passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So this time for her too is very sad. So we try to be there for her, you know.
And you might think, well, it was so many years, but she's now getting that end ritual to say, okay, for her, okay, I can now put my mom to rest.
Yes.
You know?
Indeed.
And you know, some people, they become closed off. So I guess maybe you could tell us how we could be better support system for those.
Ooh, that's
so
a great
important.
question.
That's amazing
That is so
stuff.
important. You want us to answer that?
Of course.
like do you give them, like, was it time? How long you give them to, you know, more?
One of the things that you don't do with someone who is grieving is to try to take away their grief. Now, I understand that seeing someone in pain and crying is very uncomfortable. But that is important for their process. And what you can do in that moment is just sit with them. I heard someone say the deeper the pain or the deeper the grief, the less you say.
Wow.
And
That
that says
to
a
me
lot,
is profound.
Yeah.
The deeper the pain or that is the person, the less you say to them. Sometimes just your physical proximity is enough.
That's enough.
Wow.
In that moment, do they have children? Can you bring food? Don't ask them, what can I do? In that moment, they cannot think about what to do. So you come. You must know them enough. You know what? They need to eat.
Yes.
When we experience, my family would have experienced loss in our family. And someone came the night of the cremation, the funeral, and she brought food. And I was like, this was so thoughtful though. So thoughtful, because in that moment she was like, how do you didn't know you needed food and she just brought food. So for those who might be the support, there are some words that are offensive to someone who's dealing with grief, and we know that it is being said in love and it is not being said to offend.
Yes.
But words like be strong.
I'm guilty.
Wow, I'm so glad you saying these things.
Tell us more of this, Camille. This is what we need to know.
Like I have said that.
I have
because
said
I always
this,
think
even in
like
words.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's okay. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm so guilty of that because you think it comes from the purest of intentions, but I always think, what can I say? There's nothing you can say that's gonna make that person
Tell us more.
good.
Because this is not making the person feel better.
Yes.
Making them feel weaker.
This is helping someone through a difficult time.
Right.
You
Okay.
want to, when we say be strong, what we are telling the person is any sign of crying and weakness is bad.
You're not doing it right.
So you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
So you need to be strong. I remember dealing with a client and she lost her husband and people were telling her to be strong and she had to go back out to work and she's crying and they was like, no, you need to be strong for your children. So she came to me
I
and
feel
she's
so
like,
horrible now.
she has to be strong. And I told her, who told you that? And then only when we broke that down, she realized, no, she doesn't have to be
She
strong.
don't have to be.
She just needs to be.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us this. I'm never gonna tell someone that again.
She just needs to survive through it. Is that accurate?
It's
or
not
no?
to survive. You want to know that we tend to feel very uncomfortable. We, the non-grievers.
Yes. Right.
The outsiders looking on.
The support. And you want to know that what you can do in that moment is just hold their hand, stand next to them, see what help they may need physically. Another thing that is quite offensive is they're in a better place.
Oh my
Even if the person is ailing,
We don't know that. It's true.
even if the person was ailing, the better place is I want them here with me.
So that's selfish of us to say that,
Correct,
right?
because they're in a better place, but I'm left with a void. So saying that is offensive. The next famous one is at least.
Oh,
At least they were
Status and-
old.
oh,
At least they were mature. They lived a full life. At least they you get to marry again. Don't worry.
At least
you
they
have
didn't
children.
suffer.
At least they
I
didn't
know.
suffer.
You get to marry again.
That is
You are
horrible.
not my friend. Stop it.
Oh
There are
my.
people who say that.
Yeah.
If they have a child and they're young, at least you're young still. You could go and make a next one.
You know,
my
I have people who would
goodness.
say things like that. It's true.
What about someone? So Stefan is saying condolences to your family. Is
Yes.
that okay?
Is that okay?
Okay.
Condolences is okay. I am sorry for your loss.
Yes.
What we can do is to invite the person to share about their person. So if you came and let's say it's your friend, do you have a memory of your friend's mom that you can bring? Do you have, now this memory may make her cry,
Yes.
but it will be warming
still alive.
after
She still
because
feels- yeah.
you're bringing this, you're able to speak about the person. So when we invite the person to share about what is happening with them, about a memory you have, you find that a memory today, because this thing of grief is so unpredictable, a memory today can bring utter sadness, and that same exact memory can bring laughter and a smile on your
Yes.
face. Do you know when? No.
Camille, can I
Over
just
time,
add to
wow.
that? I'm going to share something personal. So yesterday we lost Drew, but my dad lost a good friend yesterday as well.
Wow.
Through violence. It was on the news last night, and it's rumored to be mistaken identity, which we all know how things are going in this country right now. So last night I went to see, they are part of a group, and I went to see my dad there, and I was just observing them, how they all gathered to just talk about him, and exactly what you said, share memories, storytelling. It's a form of healing. It's a form of dealing with this sudden loss.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was just saying to myself, wow, look at how they're comforting each other right now, because they just lost this good friend like that. And I thought, I know they weren't thinking about that, obviously. They were just, grieving together.
It's a ritual. So that's why, culturally, we have the wake that people come to.
Yes.
Now, that some people don't have it. Some people have a repast afterwards. Some people don't have anything at all, based on their religion, their culture, what they believe, and that's fine. But there's something about coming together that brings support, that brings a togetherness in that moment. You don't have to invite people to a funeral. So you would see people from long, long ago, it's as though it's like a reunion.
Yes.
You get to come together now and share memories of this person. And that is so therapeutic.
It is.
It might be
You're
tiring
right.
because, the process of the funeral and all that could be tiring. But that in itself is so therapeutic.
It is. Sometimes you go to a funeral and your whole family is there and you haven't seen them in ages and ages, and then the joke would be made, hey, so it has somebody has to die for us to get together. Why don't we have a reunion? But at the same time, even though it's the sad pain is what that brought them together, you really get to catch up with your family members, your relatives, and sometimes it could be magical. I've experienced it before, so.
But what happens is that after the funeral and the dust is cleared,
Yes, you're all alone.
you're all alone.
You're all alone.
And very few people check up on you afterwards.
So how do you deal then? The dust has settled. You have laid your loved one to rest. Everyone is going on because life goes on, right? No matter what. But you are left with the big gaping hole in your heart.
Yes.
And how do you treat with that now as the individual going through it?
Now, you may have persons in the family and each one may deal with it differently. So, as an individual, I think it's important to know those around you and who you can trust with your heart.
Yes.
Now, there are some people when you start, you can test it. So there are some people when you say, you know, I miss this person, and if their response is, because I think I heard one recently, everything will be all right, or don't worry about it, or, you know, he in a better place. When that is said, it means that you would have shut me down, and I don't feel comfortable to share. So I would realize, okay, is this person teachable, that I can teach them what I need in that moment? Then you can do that. And I think, because what will happen is, there are those who may come around and you may have the expectation that they may comfort you. And they may not comfort you the way that you may need or want the comforting. So if it is people who you really consider, you may want to teach them, guide them as to what you need in that moment and how to do it. You know, and when that is done, you as the individual, it's a thin line between navigating through being alone to process your feelings and being in the support group to get that added encouragement. Now, if I am only in the support group, what happens is that I'm not getting to deal with my feelings.
Yes.
Because I'm talking, I am in the crowd.
Yes.
And that's happening, and that's important.
You know, there are some people that like to keep busy so they wouldn't have to think about it.
Correct.
Would you encourage them to just take time off and
Well,
just
I was
process
wondering
it?
exactly that in terms of how do I deal with my feelings?
And some people don't like to deal with feelings because grief is it's tough. Now, if you stay within yourself too long, it can lead to depression. If you stay in the crowd too long, you're not getting to process your feelings. Now, a lot of people don't have words, and they don't really process their feelings well. Outside of grief, you know. So you find when grief comes on now, it's complicated. So what do we do in grief? Exactly what we did before. So if I used to just bury my feelings and just be busy in doing stuff, chances are that's how I'll want to deal with grief. So I want to busy myself. But the thing with grief is that it's there. It goes nowhere. You could be all the busy you want, and it stays right there until you're ready to deal with it.
And it can rear its ugly head at the most inopportune times.
And you find that if you deny yourself from dealing with grief, you are not allowing your brain. So it actually affects your brain and how you remember things. And because your brain is trying to find ways to heal. And if we keep suppressing this pain, we are not allowing our brain to find healthy ways of releasing this. So it affects us if we don't process our grief.
And as you mentioned, brain, I got to the physical of it. Are there any foods or rituals in terms of exercise and stuff like that, or self-care, that you can suggest that it would help someone through that period in life?
Well, dealing with grief, you find that nature is calming. So
always
taking a walk in the morning and just taking in that fresh air can be calming. Just immersing yourself in listening to waves. Now, not everybody may be able to go to the beach to hear the waves. So just putting on that, as a YouTube.
Some noise in the back.
It can help. So you find that movement, eating right. So that's why if somebody just experienced a traumatic loss, like your dad's friend, the initial things that we will want to do, not even counseling, I'd want to know in that moment, I'm taking care of your physical body first. I want you to eat. Are you eating a little bit? Can you eat little? I know you don't want to eat, but can you just eat little bits? Can you drink water? I know you can't sleep because it has been a traumatic incident. But if you catch a few hours, 1 or 2, because you just want to know that you can help the person physically in that moment. Because we don't want another victim or somebody else having to deal with
Yeah.
a physical issue because of the grief. And it happens.
Yeah. Yes, you always find, well, not always, but there are times when, one spouse dies and then all of a sudden the other one.
Yes.
And
just
it's not
goes.
just humans. I've seen this
It's
with
so
animals
interesting,
With
and
animals,
dogs too.
Yeah.
Camille, what do you think about creating new traditions? Because, like you mentioned earlier, whether you lost someone last week or it's been 10 years and you find that every time that time rolls around, whether it be the holidays or otherwise, once that specific time of year rolls around, you find yourself becoming depressed again and feeling the feelings all over again. What do you think about creating new traditions in that space, but also in honor of your cherished one so that it doesn't hurt as much?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now, it means that we have to deal with the feelings that may come. Now, when someone is trying to have new memories, feelings of guilt can come, because if I have new memories, that means that I can move on with this person. It's as though, well, no, I don't want to move on. I have to honor them. So you feel guilty. Or you may feel as though it's wrong to move on. So we have to first deal with those feelings and to understand that it is natural and healthy to move on.
Yes.
So how do we move on? Moving on may mean giving yourself time. So Christmas is coming up. Giving yourself the time to grieve. That's important. So your day could be, for the entire day, take a moment to grieve. When that is done, now you can go and make a new memory and know that you don't have to feel guilty. And the new memory can be something in honor of the person. There are different ways. People start from doing an NGO in the person's name to just
cooking their favorite recipe.
That's it. And just talking about that. That brings warmth. Sometimes it's about planting something in their name, doing something. But so it's not that we want you to forget. We actually want you to remember. We want you to remember the memories because that's all you have left. Don't kill the memories, but try to create new ones in honor of.
Yes. Yeah. So that the feeling of it doesn't feel as heavy, and it's more bearable for you to get through.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
We're
really
loving
good
this.
advice,
Guys, if you're just joining us, we are discussing navigating grief and loss of a loved one during the holidays. A quite fitting topic in light of recent developments last night, but also just a good discussion in general with the lovely Camille Campbell that we have here today. Just dropping gem after gem, and teaching us on how to deal with it, at least in a supportive role as well.
Because we didn't know that they had etiquette to this.
Etiquette, yes. Telling someone be strong when someone they loved has died.
Probably not the best
thing to do, not the best choice at all,
At least.
And remembering that life still is happening around that person that is grieving. So the clothes still had to wash.
Correct.
The food still had to cook.
Yeah.
Dishes still house still have to clean. I mean, I always say, so recently my cousin passed and I said, my aunt is so strong. And when I say recently, it was a few months ago. My aunt is so strong. She's doing so well. But I'm worried after what is going to happen. So I do recognize that is a thing that people don't think. That is a situation that people don't think about. And yes, we have, in our faith, we have the 9 days and then the 40 days.
Yeah.
And I think also, I don't know if that is, I know that is not why the tradition is there, but for me, it's really important to also use it as a check-in system.
Yes.
Because then I think after you're able to see, because then she's sitting down in the same space where my cousin was and my cousin did certain things, and checking in at that point after the events of the ritual, as was mentioned. It's really important. So don't forget, our loved ones still need our support.
Yes.
Maybe in times like that, everybody could just go to the house and help clean up.
Yes.
And keep them company.
Correct.
I have an interesting perspective. You mentioned boundaries earlier, and as I've come to realize, boundaries fit into just about any topic we've had here on this show, right? What do you think about setting boundaries? This is the griever now.
Yes.
You're setting boundaries to give yourself time to grieve. So, for instance, you know, your support system might feel like, oh gosh, come out the house. You might, you know, you would feel better, and they want to help you along. Would you advise saying more or less no? You know, declining invitations to give yourself that time to grieve without feeling guilty or seeming rude or whatever the case may be.
That has to be a thin line, right?
You see, the only person will know how you're feeling is you.
Yeah,
Yes.
but then sometimes you might not do what's best for yourself in that time.
Well, that's why you are hoping that those around are able to observe,
Right.
to know. Wait, when last you left the house?
When last you eat?
When last you eat? You know, and that's how you might be looking at, is this person slipping into depression? So taking the person out might be a good thing, and also being able to understand if they don't want to in that moment. So if they don't want to go out, then what would they like to do? Would they like to just sit home? Then you know what? My way of helping her might be based on what I think she needs, as opposed to what she might need for in that moment. So instead of trying to take her out, you can buy the food and bring it home and let's sit. Because going out is persons who would have experienced loss has low energy at times. And so imagine having to dress up, smile, pretend you're looking good, pretend to be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exhausting.
That's extra stress on them too, right?
So instead of going out to say, let's go out and eat, buy the food, bring it home, and just sit with the person.
I would like to add something to that with an example. Of a few years ago, not too long ago, maybe 3 years ago, I know someone personally who lost someone very close and dear to them, suddenly. It was an accident. And of course, they broke down. And of course, I was on the phone with them and I said, tell me what to do, which was wrong because you can't ask them, you know, you just do. Well, I didn't know that then, but they did tell me.
Okay.
Right? The person said, tell them not to come. Crystal, tell them not to come. Right. And I instantly knew what she meant. Right? Without giving away too much, she was referring to certain close members of the family, and a certain group that would have loved to come and be there because that's what they do. They are literally a practicing support group. And when they heard of it, it was like, oh, we're coming. And I'm on the phone. She told me not to come. I said, do you want me to come? She's like, no, I just need to be alone with my son. We need to pray. Because now she has to, you know, empower him. So she knew, even though she was grieving to the nth degree, she still had that awareness that she needed to be present for her son. And so she got on the phone and I'm there with her and she's like, tell them not to come. So I said, I'm on it. And I called who I needed to call. And I told them, not right now. No, it's not a good time. Find another time. And they really took offense to that. They were like, but Crystal, we're doing the right thing. We need to be there for her. And I said to her, this is how I knew that, you know, because that would agitate anybody, you know. And I said, I know you think that this is what's best for her right now, that this is what you should do, but this is not what they want.
And you have to respect that.
I said that to her too. I said, this is not what they want. And even though your intentions are good, we have to respect what they want right now. Can you do that? And they said, all right. And they demobilized the people, you know.
I know sometimes with Caribbean people and families
because we want to come and we want to, because we have been cultured to have the wake and the cricks and the you know, however else the wake goes, because that's
people up in,
you know,
in the living room the
and
same
that
time,
is draining.
You know?
Now, not everybody wants to be on display as the person who's grieving the most.
Correct.
You know, it's a
and
spectacle.
You're watching there, and then everybody's talking. You know, and so it's good that she had the presence of mind to say, I don't want anyone to come.
Yes.
You know, and that's a choice you get to make. Not everybody respects that choice. And I would imagine in grief, you also have to mourn the loss of people who may get offended and they just stop talking. And because some people they genuinely don't know what to say, so they don't call anymore. And that's now a loss, because you were expecting this person to be a support, but they are so hurt they don't know what to say. And then there are those who come and they feel they know what to say and do, and they are just all over the place.
Yes.
We know those.
Yep, well aware.
And it's so, because I had a friend and she found herself she lost her father and her mother back to back, and she was so frustrated because their external family wanted to do all the planning and and she's like, no, this is what they would want, just chill. And she was so frustrated. I don't think she got to really process it until after all of that died down. Because she had to mitigate all the helpers.
Yes. Good intentions.
Well, Camille, I think you have touched on quite a lot of things. I mean, guys in the chat room, I hope you are inspired. I hope you are enlightened and took away a few things as to how to deal and navigate loss during the holidays and beyond, or how to be a supportive a support system to someone who is grieving. Yes. Camille, is there anything else you want to share with us on this topic?
Be patient with yourself. You have lost someone that cannot come back. So this is not okay, let me deal with this, cry now and I'll be fine. Understand that you will grieve as long as you live. So as long as a person is living, that's how long they will grieve. And that is tough, because while people have moved on, you might still be there missing the person.
This is why I tell my dad I want to go before you, because I cannot.
No,
I know I can't
go before this.
My dad is stronger than me. He could deal with me. Go ahead.
So being patient with yourself is so important. Be able to acknowledge what you're feeling. So that too is important. I often say, if you have to cry the 100 tears that needs to come out. If you stop at 50, that might come back again. That particular moment might come back again. So if you're in that moment, cry, let it out. You will stop. You will.
At some point.
You will stop. But you want to if it was a trigger, you want to process the trigger, let it out, and then you'll stop. And that trigger is not as impactful. It doesn't have the sting of it. It may still be sad, but it's not to the point that it is debilitating. So as the triggers come, you want to process it. You also want to know that you can have a support system. That's so important. Somebody who you can talk to when you're feeling that way. Somebody who you can share your heart with. That's important. You find that those persons might be limited, just one or two who might get you. That just to be able to sit and hear what you have to say. You would also want to know that you can do things in honor of the person. Don't try to stifle their memory. Be able to, their memory lives on. And you want to know that you can keep that alive through things that they like, ways that is done. Experiences, food, traditions. Keep their memory alive. You may not be able to do the same exact thing that was done. But you might be able to do something different and still incorporate them. How you think they may have been in this moment? Because the things which we are saying here, I would have lost an immediate member of my family. And you find that navigating and all the things that I'm sharing is things that I would have had to put in place for myself. So the person loves yellow. That's why I'm wearing yellow.
Oh, I see.
So nice.
You see?
Yeah.
So I am honoring. I am honoring him. And actually the person is my son. So I would have lost. I would have lost my son last year, May, And this is my way of honoring him. I wear yellow to honor him. I do things now that we incorporate him all the time. So he's always with us. So when we are talking about grief is not just an external thing that someone goes through. It's personal. And being able to help and encourage and to be that support system is so important. So you can find ways that you get to remember the person. Things would be able to brighten your day. So for me, when I see a rainbow, that warms my heart because it really warms my heart. So there are things that it's as though little things throughout the day that you get specks of him that you say, oh hi, yes, Isaiah, okay, yes, and
That's
because
beautiful.
because you get to have him with you everywhere you go.
Yeah, because you can't find a replacement.
You can't.
So you literally, that person never leaves you.
Never does.
Yeah.
Never does. So you just find ways to navigate.
Yeah, make it part of you.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And
I love that.
There's a quote from, I think it's Anne Lamott, who said that we may experience grief, and I want to read it.
Yes,
You will
please.
lose someone you cannot live without, and your heart will be badly broken. And the bad news is that you never completely get over the loss of your beloved. But this is also good news. They live forever in your broken heart that doesn't seal up. And you come through. It's like having a broken leg that never heals perfectly. That still hurts when the weather gets cold, but you learn to dance with the limp.
Wow. Camille,
So,
I'm sorry.
I'm so emotional here
But
right now.
I mean, that was lovely. So, I mean, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for
'cause
sharing
I know that
that.
definitely would help people. And I hope it also helps you to share with us, knowing that we definitely took it in. But how does one who may have thought that the person left them on bad terms, or they may have caused
Good question,
you
Nicole.
know, that was not the greatest relationship ender.
And it feels like sort of guilty.
How do I
That
breathe
is the
through
worst
that?
I imagine.
And that is what we would term complex or complicated grief. And we have to work through each stage of it because it may have been a relationship that was strained or things like that, and that makes the grief complicated. You still have to grieve, or in some cases let's say it's a parent who was not involved in your life and they pass away. You have to grieve all what was there before, and also the complexity of that relationship. So grieving has multi-layers based on who passed away, the type of relationship you had, and also the role that the person played in your life. Because for some people, if they lost their parent and you were the caregiver, that's an additional role that you had. You wasn't just a child, and you have to grieve that. So you find that grieving is really based on what relationship you had, and also how does that now fit into where you are and the dynamics of that relationship.
So this is even harder, is what
In
you're
some
saying.
cases, yes.
I would imagine so.
In some cases,
Yeah.
because especially if it was traumatic, that's really complicated, and you have the different layers, because it's not like in your case where you were speaking about this is a mistaken identity. That means that someone, this person's life was taken away not by choice. This wasn't sickness. This was,
foolishness.
This was a choice. That is complicated, and now you have to work through that.
Yeah.
Now accept this, but when it is in such cases, you really have even more processing,
Right.
Because it's as though so somebody made a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to do this.
It makes it even more complex. So it's working through those levels.
Yes.
Makes it, and that's why I think it's important to get assistance. Don't wait until you may see the person reaching a stage where they become workaholics, they're angry, they can't function, because this is also things that we need to look at in persons who may have experienced grief. Some people become so workaholics. That's where they put all their energies.
Yes.
For children, they can't focus. They have behavioral issues. They may have, they're dealing with the grief just as adults, you know. And one of the worst things that an adult can do is not involve a child in the process of grief, because we want to shield them.
Right.
And we might think they're too young to know.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Explain it to them in their language.
Wow.
So that they can be a part of the process as well.
Wow.
Actually, that's a quick question. I would just like to ask, like, how do you tell a child about death? Like, do you say the word death, or do you find some kind of metaphor to relate to them?
Right. No, and that's a good question also, because you find that persons, you know, you can say that they're with the angels, you know, or they're with Jesus, depending on their faith and what they believe. So you bring it in a way that is palatable for them.
Yeah, that's it.
And allow them to share. You know, how do you miss this person? Do you want to draw a card for them? Do you want to write something? So you make them become involved in the process.
I am loving all this information. Camille, wow. Listen, again, I am so sorry to do this, but we're coming down, we're crunching down on the time. And I know you said that you have to leave after a certain time, and we want to respect that. But again, I just want to reiterate what Nicole said. We are so grateful that you came here today to share with us. I know in the chat room, people are very grateful. I just want to let you know what they're saying. We have Daryl Morris saying, no matter how bad someone is to the other, they will always hold a special place in their hearts. We have Stefan Warwick saying the next soca song is Move Your Body. That's what Ricardo drew. And then we have Fire Wolfman saying, just sitting here and taking it all in. Great, great info. Thank you. Yes, you're most welcome, Fire Wolfman. But I don't want this conversation to end.
Like, we could go on for hours.
That's all the time that we have for topic of the day. But Camille, we do want to invite you back to the show again to continue more discussions like this and to bring awareness, you know, and spread the word about many a topic. So I'm looking forward to that in the future. Yes,
definitely.
Once more, before you go, please just remind the people of how they can reach you online.
Sure. So it's Pathway to Healing Counseling Services Limited. That's on Facebook. Email, it is healinghearts2805@gmail.com. On Instagram, it is healinghearts2805. And you can reach me on WhatsApp at 773-1480.
There you have it, guys. They just, oh my goodness. The amazing Camille Campbell. I wasn't expecting all of this to be. Trust me, this was
very edifying. I learned
very much
so much. So thank you so much, and I think I'm more enlightened, and our viewers are as well. So lucky y'all.
So guys, if you're just joining us, we just wrapped topic of the day. We were discussing navigating grief and loss during the holidays, how to cope with it. And of course, it couldn't come at a more fitting time where we are all collectively dealing with the loss of a well-loved member of the soca fraternity, Ricardo Drew. All the best to his family, and we hope that they can rally through this. You know, and we
will send our prayers
to them.
Yeah,
yes. I think I was looking a little guilty of what we just discussed again.
Yeah, now I'm so
it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. Yeah, I'm mindful now. I made the mistake, but then I checked myself. You know, we wish them all the best. To reiterate what Nicole said, guys, we will be back with more show. Guys, can you put that camera one more time on Camille before they go into commercial? Put that camera one more time on Camille. She's about to leave. Yes, thank you, Camille, so much.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Yes.
All right, keep it locked right here on Island Girl Talk on our radio.fm. We'll be back with more show for you guys.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
It's crazy. I wake up on Christmas morning. I canal outside the mobile was passing. When I see how much prices they told them, you see, I tell Yvonne start the paranging. Let me go. There's a whole set of cars, iPhones and groceries too, and plenty freeness when you see the Christmas crew. Christmas must be crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. Other networks making joke. You're crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. The best in all of Trinidad. You can't miss this B Mobile Christmas. You must be crazy to be with any other network.
Christmas, Granny stitching up curtains, gifts and pasta wrapping, Christmas lights untangling, voice of Daisy singing. This season for Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas, friends coming from foreign, Cricks and how we eat it. This season for Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas.
Celebrate 100 years of Trini Christmas with Cricks, the vital supplies.
Sugar, so we having the time. We just get the boom and pass the street light. Time's no longer moving when we stuck in the vibe. Tell me about your day, oh baby, relax your mind. Late night conversations, so put some wine. Move into the night. Nothing like a trip to get me back in the mood. Bump this bump all night. Get it right. Everybody come grab somebody, get naughty, don't need no light. Get it right. Alright, say we're going outside, we having fun tonight. Get it right. Walk up, swimming like rump up, or cruise like the Angela style. Get it right. Anything that you want, as long
Lord. Bad maths, you know. Oh, people, boy. It feel like they beating me 1 by 1, 2 by 2, it's a 2 by 4. The more we add to the table, they keep taking away more and more. 99% suffering, and they say and enough for sure. Cause the 1% controlling 100% of the lives of the poor, lives of the poor. It's not enough, 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 it's not enough. Lord, it should take our power from a Rima to town. It's not enough. Our daily is almost 2 hours long. It's not enough. Every month is another 1,000 in gas. It's not enough. And when salary come, you don't know when it's fast. Lord, it's not enough. $5 to take a short drop. 10 to tongue with a million subs. Can depend on the bus, but the system flop. So you're spinning like a top on your body. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. No! If they are in a battle, and you might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. No! If they are in a battle, no, no. If they are in a battle, see me them on way salary and TNT. That is almost right. It's $3,053 monthly. And after your parent and your buy groceries, that is over 2,000 already. You can't even pay transportation fee. Yeah, what you should do? It's not enough. You need cash so you sweep and mop. So you don't end up bankrupt. School fees and bills, none of them don't drop. You stay for it, stay top card. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. If they are in a battle, and you might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. You might say, Martin. If they are in a battle, no, no. If they are in a battle, Lord, the price of mortgage sky high. A plus 20% just to qualify. When you feel the hardest part out of the way, after you qualify, it's 30 years to pay. Lord, is it not enough? Scream yes if banking corrupt, and they're robbing people non-stop, taking your money from your drop by drop till you hold with a prop on your body. They might say, Martin. They might say, Martin. They might say, Martin. No, if they are in a battle, they might say, Martin. They might say, Martin. They might say, Martin. No, if they are in a battle, I do not get it enough. It's not enough. Do it again. It's not enough. I do not get it enough. Like a drum, don't do the drum. Because I feel like they beating me 1 by 1, 2 by 2, it's a 2 by 4. The more we add to the table, they keep taking away more and more. 99% suffering, and they play and they don't push. Cause the 1%
You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. Just while you know the code G, but don't rush, take it slowly. Just ride the wave, baby. One day it could be worth it. Walk one, put you on the love, I don't know. I hate it when you mess up the code. I thought we made it clear. Them feelings can't be here, at least yet. You the only one that stick like a melody. No matter what me do, you can't leave my head for real. So me talk to 10 man, but me feel use the one. Now me end up with none, ask me how me feel. Me do I fall in love, me do I my hopes up. And you know my past, me get hurt so much and that changed my path. You know what to do, baby. need me, you know where to find me. Send my ID on the WhatsApp quick. And every time the boy go and shoot, don't miss. But like it when you call my phone, make it ring long, let him rush to my house quickly. Yeah, kingy, I'm like that. Little crazy, and if you play mad, me go and bite back. But don't play no games, and he know that if he try me, he go end up in a coma, yeah. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Never come second to none. Watch your road where you're walking and go like free run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed them all the lies, now you feel simply sad. Can't afford to make an error through your distillate. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. I know you say you start to regret it, but what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? You gonna do about it? Your weapon and you take him ghost. Looking right up on the corner and you start to boast. How you circle your ends and them like your throat. Now you look over your shoulder and you can't repose. Trouble there up on the mic and now him keep my post. Can't afford to lose your life, now I have to lose your soul. Me not live another minute through your distant code. All of a sudden you're not bad clip reload. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. And then you say you start to regret it, but what you gonna do about it? Never come second to none. Watch your road where you're walking and go like free run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed them all the lies, now you feel simply sad.
We are back with more show for you guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Steph Kalu.
And I'm Nicole Wong Chong.
If you're just joining us, you just missed the amazing Camille Campbell, a psychologist and mediator for Trinidad and Tobago. Listen, this woman came with all the information, all the gems. We were very enlightened by the topic where we discussed navigating loss and grief during the holidays, right? She did some things. I had to reel myself in a little bit.
Yeah. She is something. She's remarkable.
Yeah, she is.
Considering what she also went through last year, and she
shared.
Yeah,
it was so strong of her to share such personal information. So Camille, when you're watching this back, we appreciate you. Yes, but guys, you know what time it is?
Tell us.
It's time for Sip and Spill. Cheers. We don't forget to cheers. Eyes, where we sip and we spill. What we spilling? Well, we will find out.
We all will find out.
We will find out. Right? But of course, I have to do my due diligence. Yes? Yes, I? Okay.
We waiting to hear.
Where we dare into the unknown with Caribbean hard ciders, all new flavors. Caribbean Brut and Mimosa, and discover a taste that's perfect for you. Still gluten-free and all natural, so you can enjoy every moment guilt-free. Caribbean hard cider, moments made extraordinary. Extraordinary. Say it, Seth. Say it, extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Yes. Drink responsibly. Love ourselves at Caribbean. And this Brutes, it's saying things.
I told you all, the Brute is my fave. So.
I think this is the first time I've tried this one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nice and it's crisp. Very crisp. So you all ready?
Yes, what's your question?
And with that, we commence our sip and spill segment. Well, I come in real quickie. It's just us.
Let's go.
It's just us. So I'm going to give you all some gross ones. Okay, would you rather find $100 floating in a public toilet or $5 randomly in your pocket?
Give me the 100.
$5 in my pocket. I'd be excited if I find $1 in the dryer.
So you're not taking up that $100?
No, I
what
don't
if it's
know what
if it's
I would
100?
get.
If it's 100 US, sure. 100
Oh,
pounds.
Listen, not good enough for you.
I might be using that $100 to go back and by the doctor and get some kind of shot.
You put your
just to take up the money and you're literally in the bathroom. You could go and wash your hands right away.
what if it has some bacteria from somebody's
like feces?
Yeah.
I'm not saying marinate. You're not going and fish for swimming.
What if it's stuck in there?
How is it $100? How is it stuck? That is not you're overthinking
What if somebody didn't see it and they put another load on top of it?
Oh dear God.
It did not say it was a used bathroom. They just said a public toilet. You just hear overthinking it.
I am.
Stefan Warwick says gloves on.
Thank you.
But what if you don't have gloves?
I'm still going.
Grab the 100, lose your hand.
But you're not gonna lose your hand.
You don't
know how
Nicole,
most
why
guys,
you sounding like you did this already?
I would love to have said I have, but no, I've never. But you know how, I don't know if this is true, if most guys have condoms in their wallets.
Okay.
I probably could go and ask someone.
Right. So you would do all of that for 100 TT dollars?
Yes.
Go and asking random people, do you have a condom?
I would go bare. I would go straight in.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right.
Ay.
I am that girl.
Before we continue, guys, feel free to answer these questions in the chat room as well. Right? We have Stephen Warwick saying it depends on the age. I can't remember what he would have been referring to. And we have Kevin Jones saying thanks for sharing. Kevin, you're most welcome. Right? Who's next?
Okay,
who wants to go next?
I'll take the next one.
Yes.
So this one is, you tell me, what's the first thing you think about when you hear this word?
Okay, so we sipping and we spilling.
Yes.
Sword. Sword? Pointy.
Unicorn.
This rapid.
You have to say.
I don't know if Crystal wants me to say the word.
She did not even wait for me. Nicole.
It's a sword. And we were just thinking about condoms. That's why that's how I connected it. Guys.
You have the tech team cracking up right now.
You're not into.
We just listen. We never know, what's gonna come out, but that is part of the appeal.
Let's go. Next one.
Wait. Steph didn't say anything.
Night.
I feel like you saw the question already.
A knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
No, she got time to think.
I wasn't thinking for myself. I actually was like thinking what you would say.
How many of those you have?
Let's have another one.
Let's do about 5 or 6 of them, and then we come to you because they're supposed to be rapid fire.
Llamas. Like
me and my llama from Sesame Street.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, showing my age there.
I used to Sesame know that song.
Yeah. Fluffy. What about you?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Explain. I never used to watch Napoleon Dynamite.
That's a show.
I know. I never watched it.
The
guy with the curly hair.
He
had a llama. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't. I didn't watch the show.
Star.
Star?
Sky. Story
Yeah.
night.
I used to try and the constellation. I used to like to do that when I was little.
Constellation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Galaxy for me.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
What else? That
Lock.
Key.
Rastafari. Locks, right? That. Yeah.
I got you.
What about you, Steph?
Pick a lock.
Oh, pick a lock.
Yeah. Pick, yeah.
Pick
Okay, okay.
Actually, I tried a lot to do that before.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
What you trying
I
to
don't
break
know. I
into?
had
Were
this
you
fascination of
successful?
once.
Okay.
Oh.
With a hairpin?
No.
Oh, what did
no,
you use?
I had to use It was like an old time hairpin, so I had to straighten it out, and then I used a tweezer thingy, like a tin one.
But did you watch a video?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do it.
And then also I use a belt buckle for another lock, but only working on one type of lock.
Okay.
Story time.
Yeah. Why can't you do it?
My auntie, God rest her soul, she's no longer with us. But about 5 years ago, maybe 6, because it would have been the year before she passed, I went to look for her. Now, she is not that mobile. She had an accident that affected her neck, so she is not able to move as readily as we can.
Yeah.
And she was home alone, and I randomly decided to go check on her. So I was knocking, and I was saying, come in. But then I heard a noise, and then I stopped hearing. I was like, Marilyn.
Yeah.
Knock, nothing. You know your girl starts to panic. So I'm thinking, I need to get something to open this door. I started to think of everything. Lo and behold, I found something in my bag that was close to like a blade and that same hairpin thing, and a girl did her thing, and I got in the house. And my aunt was right there on the chair. She didn't have the energy anymore. And she said, Crystal, if it's one person wouldn't give up and get inside this house, it is you. I tell her, you're damn right. I said, you know the guilt I would have felt if something had happened to you. And I
So
just
did you
decided
do it watching a video, or you just figured it out?
I figured that out. There was no way I was gonna leave thinking that something had happened to my aunt. Are you kidding? I picked that lock, boy. I like that story.
Yeah.
We have a budding escape artist if necessary.
Doubtful. Very doubtful.
So I have a few questions.
Oh my gosh.
Not sure which one to go.
You know what that made me think of? That laugh? The dog, that new meme going around.
Oh.
So you want to go down the road and take a drink, but you don't have the money. You all know it, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Nicole.
Sir.
Yes. Sir.
Which part of your body do you like to have kissed?
Miss Lady.
You said you were expecting questions from me, and it's only us. You said too much, so now you have to answer.
My neck.
Dear God.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am in agreement with that.
Yeah.
That is a lovely.
That's the spot.
That's a
Big
spot.
up with the sound effects, boy. We want to hear in the chat room. Ask the question again, Nicole.
Hold on. What part of your body do you like to have kissed?
We want to hear from you guys in the
Yeah.
chat room
Tell
with
us.
this one. Tell us, which part of your body do you like to have kissed?
It'll be interesting
do
to
you
hear
like
the
to
guys,
kiss?
right?
Wait, which one is it?
Even
Yeah.
saucier, Miss Nicole. What did you say, Steph?
It'll be interesting to hear what the guys say.
Yeah, I would love to hear what the
I
guys
mean,
have to say.
We said kiss, right? That's like, that's not
just
like
not-
further
Yeah.
than that. Okay, because then
before
we
you-
have other answers.
Can I say what they said in the chat room?
Yeah.
Fire Wolfman says, yeah, find something to take that 100 out with. So he will definitely go down in the bowl.
Thanks, friend.
For sure.
High five.
Wait, before that, we have Stephen Warwick saying, I will lose a jersey or find plastic bag. I was referring to the death of a person. Oh, dear God. Anything for that $100 bill, boy. 100 TT, boy?
Y'all just search. You see what else have
Maybe
to deal
if it's
with?
100
Had to be
US.
100 US
Yeah.
or 100 pounds, something. Euro, TT.
So y'all watching this 100 just swimming in this bowl, and nobody is claiming it.
with
as yours.
feces, it's staying right there.
Yeah.
Nobody said it. No one said that it had. They said a public toilet.
Okay,
When I
so
think
just
public
water?
Yes.
toilet,
Still not touching it.
yeah, I don't know. I feel grossed out to that.
All right. What else they
Stephen
say?
Warwick says Sesame Street, she knows shows. And then he says, yeah,
Oh, the song.
Yes, me and my llama. Fire Wolfman says, learn to pick locks. He learned to pick locks in school. Oh, wow. That's what you learn in school?
That's a subject.
What? That was not a subject. That was an extracurricular activity.
Oh, wow. Steven says he wants to know which parts. We just said the neck.
Yeah, but you all
He's
have to
getting
tell us
saucy.
What
He's
part
getting
you all
saucy.
like to be kissed on.
Yes, repeat that question for them one more time, Nix.
Which part of the body would you like to be, or do you like to be kissed?
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
So we all agreed next.
Neck.
Okay, me next?
Do y'all get goosebumps?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
With
Yes.
the neck, right?
Oh,
And then, yeah, okay.
Y'all can message me privately and I will ask them the questions for you. Slide into my DM.
it's the kind of question she asked. She asked the way to make me wish I had a boyfriend.
Isn't she
boy.
blushing?
She is blushing.
Moving on.
She's so cute.
Stop. Okay, I have a gross one. It's pretty gross.
Oh God.
Would you rather have to text someone I'm pregnant or text them I have an incurable STD?
I mean, that's like gross.
It's difficult.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, probably pregnant.
Clearly, it's a very hard question for Crystal.
I mean, guessing I wouldn't go get pregnant all willy-nilly, so it will
Oh my
have
God.
to be.
So now you have stipulations, but
So-
when it was to put your hand in the bowl, you didn't have
No,
no
I'm just saying I know myself. If I ever have to text somebody, that it would be for somebody that was worth.
But why are you texting
doing that
the
with?
person? But you would not be texting the person if it was worth. Let's get into it. Let's analyze
No,
it.
well, maybe texting is the only form of communication we could use at that point,
Oh, at the
because
time,
that's the question. Would you rather text someone that you're preggers or that you have a text call? It doesn't matter. Would you rather tell them that you're pregnant, or would you rather have to tell them that you have an incurable STD? Which one? I would choose the pregnant.
Yeah, me too.
I'll choose
Nobody
the
wants
pregnant.
that.
Yes.
I mean,
Don't nobody
it's
want that
both of
nonsense.
them are lifelong issues to deal with as well, but one might go away. You know, one might leave you alone if you do the thing right. Okay.
Fire Wolfman, Stephen Warwick is laughing. Fire Wolfman is saying cliche, but neck for the win. And Stephen is back saying, if you have an STD, be honest. And if you're pregnant, tell them.
Okay.
Yeah. So both. Yeah. I would rather have the news of being pregnant though. None of us. No one is about that STD life, right? Steph, you up?
Oh, I didn't choose another.
You did choose.
Okay,
Next,
I
you're
have
up.
more. All right. Okay.
Oh, we know.
Would you rather a rough touch, or do you prefer to be touched in a gentle way?
Are all your questions going to be steamy, Miss Nicole?
You were here when Steph, were you here?
I missed. You know what I missed?
She said, "Listen, I thought you were gonna come with some fire questions because it's only the three of us." I said, "Say less." That's what I said. Say less.
Fire meaning the real deep, profound ones that really make you
Y'all
think.
clearly do that. There's enough of that here. Y'all don't need my.
Oh dear God.
profound.
So
Would
spicy.
Would you rather?
All right.
A rough touch or to be touched in a gentle way?
I plead the fifth. And I don't do that often. I'm not sharing that.
I would say it depends on my mood.
I'm done. I am done.
If I have to answer in relative to now, present moment, I would say gentle touch.
You see? That was such an easy answer. Thank you so much for
You're
participating
welcome.
in this segment like we are supposed to. Thank you so much. I don't find this question hard.
You see, Stephen Warwick is saying this chat is getting too steamy.
And is he leaving? No, he's going to stay.
Oh dear. What about you?
I mean, it depends, as you said, on the mood, how much alcohol has been had.
But what do you prefer generally? That's the question.
I think gentle.
You think?
Yeah, 'cause you have to be in a mood, right?
Yeah, because it's a, like you have to choose between both of them, but it depends because sometimes you're like X and sometimes you're like Y. So if I was to go average, it's a lot of math and I'm not a math
so
person.
glad this show is after hours now. Yes, 20 past 8.
With Crystal, you know, like, oh my gosh, we are all adults and we're all women and we all have been touched.
Good thing Sip and Spill sponsored by Caribbean.
Chris, what is your answer?
I pled the fifth.
I cannot.
No, you can't.
I pled it. I pled it.
Okay, so that's it for me because
Fire
I
Wolfman
don't think
says silence is ... And Steven says whatever feels she wants, she gets.
Thank you.
Okay.
He quickly reads the situation.
Next is okay. Give us another one.
Nope.
Oh, we're done. No.
I have, but I will not be here with my thought-provoking questions to get
thought-provoking. Okay, I promise I'll answer the next one. I never break a promise. I never break a promise.
Okay, one more. Okay. Well, then I should go for the jugular here.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Should I?
Give me this.
Look at
Oh,
this one.
no.
Oh my God. Okay, no, I won't do that.
Is it that bad?
She
Tell
would
me.
die. No.
You don't want to know.
Oh, dear God. It's probably you don't. The best that you don't. She's so lost. This girl. We have...
Okay. Do you like erotic massages? This is less than what I want. Look, they saying yes. Everybody across there said yes.
Yes, we all.
The views of Island Girl Talk, the views of Nicole Wong Chung do not reflect the views of Island Girl Talk.
I'm just asking questions.
Yes,
Thank
Nicole.
you.
I need some kind of a disclaimer here.
Just
All right.
My view.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I love all massages. I'm just gonna go with that. I love all massages.
I think
Deep
that's fair.
tissue, Swedish, and everything in between.
Okay.
I'm here for all the massages.
I do enjoy a good massage. End of.
You see what I
response.
mean? I just cannot.
Well, look at Foster. She's blushing.
I already said yes.
Yes, so Steph is here for
Steph,
the
you
questions.
and
It's
Easy.
for the- she's here for the segment. Thank you, Caribe, for all that you have done for us.
Oh, dear. All right, I've got one. Would you rather have a pause button on your life or a rewind button?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I feel like
Would you rather have a pause button on your life or a rewind button?
maybe rewind because if it's paused, at some point they're gonna play again, and then what will happen?
Or maybe pause might be like you're right about to do something silly and you're like, click, let me think about this
Ooh,
for
that's
a moment.
a good one.
Stop time, you know what I mean? But whereas rewind, you might have already made the mistake and might want to do over.
Maybe rewind for me.
Yeah, what's that, sir?
Rewind.
Rewind. What about you, Nix?
I think pause is fine.
I'm okay with pause too because sometimes you have to live with your choices.
Decisions, yeah.
But it might be nice to stop time for a minute. Ploops. And say, let me figure this out for a minute before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then press the play button again and go through. You know? What do you think? Nicole, another one?
No, ma'am. If you have a next one, sure, we'll go with
Oh
that.
dear gosh. I have PG-13 ones. All right. Let's do about two more.
PG-13 or PGs?
That too. Would you prefer to die before or after your loved one?
Wow.
Before.
See, you'll get me now, right? When I said I would rather go before my dad.
Well, it depends on who.
I for sure would
exactly.
definitely rather go before.
Yeah, I don't think I
know
could
what
deal.
I will do during grief of a close
Girl.
I would legit full up like a whole full up.
I mightn't be able to function for a year.
Yeah.
You know?
I
All right.
don't know how Camille made it through, but big up you.
She's like
Yes.
sunshine.
That was really brave of her to share.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Steph, you up? You have anything?
Oh,
all right, let me ask one.
Hold on.
Let me ask one. Would you rather to always have tangled hair or always have wet underarms?
Well, I guess tangled hair, because people is live with grass, so that's fine.
Wet underarms. I can't deal with that tangled hair.
Wet on? You prefer that?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Not really.
No,
but
you would not. Like,
it's
no.
better than tangled hair.
Miss, I have to wash my clothes after I wear it once.
Miss, I had to perform on a stage.
With wet underarms.
I mean, at least that's a given because I sweated.
You could put it in a headband. You could have scarves on your head.
I'm not about that life. I'm sorry. Okay, let's have a good one. Next, you up. Make it good. Make it good. Steph, unless you have one, then we can end with next.
So not okay.
Okay, let me ask. But it's not it's not like crazy good.
It's not crazy,
really
yeah?
basic, yeah?
That's okay. Ask you basic.
I have a good one.
Okay,
Which
mine is a little basic, so it's like a this or that.
Okay.
Fan or air conditioner?
AC.
Fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a singer. How about you?
I like both.
No, but you have
Together.
to choose one.
Okay, AC.
Thank you. Okay.
Girl, your vocals. Think about that.
Do and I wear
Just wrap
socks all
your
the time.
exactly. Wrap your.
Okay,
neck.
this is the last one. I'm scared.
No, it's very easy.
All right.
I'm scared.
Easy for her.
Very
It's
easy
like
because you're not answering my. Well, not
I
y'all. Crystal is not answering my question.
I want to hear the one that you shared with Steph, and then give us this easy
Oh my
one.
God, I
No,
think-
I'm not
no.
saying that one.
All right, fine.
I don't
It's
think you
that
should.
bad.
Yeah.
If she is saying it's that bad, then you know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hit us.
So, are there any habits or routines you've adopted that significantly improved your life?
Oh,
at
that's
the end of the year,
really
so
good.
at the end of the year, so you can share it.
Yeah.
That's really good. Mix.
I tried to do
She's like,
affirmations.
I could answer this one. I could answer this one.
I've got this.
Yeah, you said sorry, you said
affirmation. Well, I try to. I do consistently do it, but I try to do it ever so often in the mirror, like looking at myself. And
Oh,
saying
yeah, you
that.
told
How
me
is
that.
that? How did it impact you? Can you put it into words?
Well, okay, so like 3-4 years ago, I had a skin breakout allergic reaction from a coccyx, and so like all my legs.
The pill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking a painkiller.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm allergic to penicillin, so like my whole skin broke out. I have deep hyperpigmentation, so I was feeling so like not about myself for a long
Not
time.
too confident.
Yeah, and then I started affirmations, and then even during the whole COVID time where I wasn't able to perform and do all these things, I started doing that a little more, and then I feel like somehow it actually brings you out of a little depression. For
Okay.
sure. Like
Thanks
if you
for sharing that
repetitively
stuff.
do it, but you have to program yourself to believe it too. For sure. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thanks for sharing that, though.
Props.
Ask the question again next so I could get this right. Although
got
I already
this,
know.
Chris.
I
You
got
got
this. I know.
this.
But for the people, ask the question one
Are
more time.
there any habits or routines you've adopted that has significantly improved your life?
I have two.
Tell us the two.
She's so proud.
I said no a few times this year.
Okay.
And I'm very proud. Even though it did not end greatly in my favor,
Wow.
I said no, because I've said many times on this show and even in season 1 that saying no was very difficult for me, even if I know that it's not the best decision, right, for me or otherwise. I said no, and I stood by it, and I stand by it, and I'm okay with it.
And you felt like mentally relieved and healthy based on the.
I did, and I do.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's your
Oh, what's
second
your
one?
second
I forgot.
Let me ask the question again. Just
I need to think ginkgo. But I need to take some
Tell us,
ginkgo.
Nick, what about
Are
you?
there any habits or routines you've adopted that has significantly improved your life? Well, no, but I am currently trying to control less.
That's a good
I mean,
one.
it didn't significantly improve because trying to be less controlling is not something that's going to come easy. That is like breathing to me. But I hope to take the pattern, or I've actually for many years have told myself this mantra. It's never that serious. It's never, and it really is never that serious, guys. It never is.
You know, it really never that serious.
Because life goes on.
It's really never that serious.
Your boss will find somebody else to do the job because the sun still shines, the rain still falls, and the moon still comes right on time. And life, the world just keeps on going on and on without you, whether you took it seriously or not. But I've never really, I literally had that on my vision board for 3 years. And I've never really remembered to say it every day and in all the moments. And the second thing that I would have done, but I've always done, but really taken a little bit more seriously, is my religious life.
Yes,
and recognizing how I'm not being as present as I should be. So I have taken steps towards that. And I have, in that regard, seen some significant improvements, but there's always room for more. So 2024, those are my two things that I definitely would like to take a little bit more seriously.
I resumed journaling too.
And that works for you.
That is good.
It helps.
I have to start that back, actually.
It helps. I don't do it every day, but at least like 4 times a week.
That's
do it.
That's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you're supposed to do it every day for it to work.
You can.
Every day,
Where's the rules?
So it's a book that I got by John Collage. John Collage, big up you. Woo-hoo. And it's a gratitude book. And no matter how bad a day I might have, it forces you to always find something good about the day and grateful about the day. And it helps. Girl, does it help?
Actually, for next year, I want to try to, I've started it too with like less social media per day and limit that to just like maybe half hour max.
Wow.
Because sometimes, you could still keep scrolling and then the hours pass, but I try to keep it to like half hour a day.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Can I read for you all what everyone is saying? We have a few. We have Nickel and Coffee in the house. That's our tech guy.
Hi.
What about tech guy?
Hi, tech guy. Hi.
He says, this ain't a courtroom. No pleading the fifth. Well, all right. Well, all right. Here. We have Stephen Warwick saying, thank you for sharing your fantasy today. Who are we talking to?
I don't know.
Stephen, you're so fresh.
I didn't share it yet, guys. Maybe one day.
Not at this show. Well, maybe, depending. We have Stephen again saying he would rather rewind instead of clicking the pause button. We have Daryl Morris saying curricula, it's plural. Right, what's this he referring to? Something he might have said about the school curriculum. And then Stephen says wet armpits. I know, I mean, that might be a bop.
So gross.
Stephen then says, I don't like no Jep nest on my head. So he chooses the wet armpits. Fire Wolfman says meditation is what has improved his life.
Oh, okay.
And Stephen is back, lastly saying listening and appraising is a skill for the greatest. I'm assuming is what he wants to say. So listening skills and appraising skills. Okay. Yeah, and that is it. Is that a wrap?
It is a wrap.
And with that, we wrap our Sip and Spill segment. We still have more show for you guys, so keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on OUR radio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
It's crazy. I wake up on Christmas morning. I can all outside the mobile was passing. When much prices they told him. You see, I tell Yvonne start the paranging. There we go. There's a whole set of cars, iPhones and groceries too, and plenty freeness when you see the Christmas crew. Christmas must be crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. Other networks making joke. You're crazy to Mr. B Mobile Christmas. You're crazy. The best in all of Trinidad. You can't miss this B Mobile Christmas. You must be crazy to be with any other network.
Christmas, Granny stitching up curtains, gifts and pastel wrapping, Christmas lights untangling, voice of Daisy singing. This season for Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas, friends coming from foreign, Cricks and how we eat it. This season for Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas is a Trini Christmas. Christmas.
Celebrate 100 years of Trini Christmas with Cricks, the vital supplies.
Over the moon, yeah. Over the moon, yeah. Look there. I said so on over the moon. Come shake up and groove.
We are back, guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Steph Kalu.
And I'm Nicole Wong Chong.
If you're just joining us, we are at the end of our show. We just have one more segment for you guys. Actually, no, we have two more segments. We did not do Let's Talk Trends.
No, we didn't.
And that's a good thing on this show where we could make mistakes, but then recover like that. So, guys, you know what time it is? It's time for Let's Talk Trends. Of course, where we discuss what is on everyone's lips in the country and in the region. Next, you could do the necessary with the second one. Yes?
All right. So we mentioned this earlier on, and the untimely passing of one of our dearest friends, Ricardo Drew. He died while receiving treatment. He was found unresponsive on Tuesday. Ricardo was from Antigua.
Yes,
I'm not sure if a lot of us knew that, but he definitely was a father of 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl, and we just want to all, as a nation, well, we can't speak on behalf of the nation, but we definitely speaking on behalf of Island Girl Talk, just want to express our condolences to the family again. And guys, you can send out your prayers to his family. I mean, to Patrice with these kids and, just understanding what she's going through right now. We want to be respectful. We want to just send love and just condolences and any sort of support that we can to his family, his friends from Island Girl Talk. Yeah? Y'all have anything to add? How do y'all feel about, well, we spoke about it earlier, but I know we would have worked with him in different spaces. I did a ad with him recently this year, and he was just the bee's knees of the whole shoot. He was wonderful, happy, fun, respectful. Always. And we weren't, I don't think we operate on the same levels like he does, but he didn't make anybody feel bad or less of who they were. We were just there to have fun. So, I mean, it's really good for us to just talk about him and just keep his presence alive, as we learned earlier. Chris, how do you feel?
Very sad, very shocked. Like I mentioned, I got news of Ricardo's passing yesterday, as well as a friend of my dad's yesterday, as mentioned. So like a double whammy. But because I knew Ricardo so well, I met him when I joined Image and Company after right behind Michelle Xavier. Yes. So I joined the team, and Ricardo was just on it. He was always on it, there to show me the ropes, show me, how to come out, to go out, to use the stage. Both him and Ghetto Flex at the time, I learned quite a lot from them. So it is a little, to be honest, it still feels surreal, because the way that the news came, and it's just like, Nah, I'm not gonna. I refuse to believe that. That's how it still feels. To be honest with you,
I know how you're feeling, because a lot of us were like, "Is this real?"
I was even hoping that it was one of his jokes, because he's such a jokester too, with TikTok and that kind of thing. And I was saying to myself, Ricardo, this better be a joke. It's a bad joke, but please let it be a joke, you know. And you're coming out with a new song that is, you know, that's what I was thinking.
I get you.
But again, that's not a joke that most people would make anyway. So I guess wishful thinking on my part.
I really feel it for
it's a lot
Patrice too, you know.
I don't even want to think about that. So like Nicole says, we send our thoughts and prayers out to his family, his fiance, his kids, and all those who love him,
who are right now mourning the process and going through the grieving process. We learned today it takes time. As a nation, we can move together in this grieving process and just understanding the different stages. So really, prayers, we can't reiterate how much prayers and just support for the family and this carnival season, upcoming season. We're not sure what, but don't say anything out of timing. You know, go back and kind of figure out what you should say if you do end up in the same space with his colleagues and stuff like that.
I'm now trying, now that, you know, Camille has shared certain things, it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm now thinking, wow, there's some ways that you can really help in terms of being a support for someone. So, you know, let's be mindful in how we treat with those who are truly grieving during this time, and just try to be there for them.
Yeah, as their fans, we just need to respect their privacy at this point in time. I cannot imagine, you know, you know, so just the well wishes. I'm sure everyone involved will appreciate it.
Indeed. All right, so that's it for Let's Talk Trends.
Let's Talk Trends.
All right, guys, we had to end on a somber note, of course. But, guys, we still have more show coming up for you guys. We have the lovely Steph with the Empowerment Minute. Keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on our radio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Come to my place, baby, let's have a staycation. Let me take you away on a vacation. Please don't get lost when I send you my location. I got a place for you, baby. Please say yes, and if not, maybe.
You got them eyes that will lead me. I might go astray. Let me rest my head on you, baby, before we leave.
Hey,
okay?
Yes, guys. If you're just
forget my lyrics, sorry.
if you're just joining us, that is Staycation by the lovely Steph Kalu and Rion Elborn. Yes, indeed. You're so surprised. We always play your music on Island Girl Talk. Hello, support local. Big up you. Right? So, guys, we're back. It's your girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Steph Kalu.
And I'm Nicole Wong Chong.
And we are here with the Empowerment Minute. Woosa. But before you got it this time. Before we continue, though, I just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Of course, we had the amazing Camille Campbell on, psychologist, talking to us about grief and loss during the holidays. Of course, we highlighted her. We did our sip and spill segment. We touched on Let's Talk Trends, which, of course, you know, we are all dealing with right now. And now we have the lovely Steph with a good word for us on our way out. Steph, What do you have for us?
Well, this one spoke to me, given the circumstances that we're in. A lot of us have lost loved ones during this time. So this one, I think, is very special. And it's in the symphony of grief, let the memories be the notes that compose a melody of healing during the holiday season.
I like it.
Ooh, can I hear that again?
Yeah. Yes, please.
In the symphony of grief, let the memories be the notes that compose a melody of healing during the holiday season.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it touched on what she spoke about, including the memories with new traditions.
I love that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Very poetic, indeed. Guys, if today's show touched you, we are very happy and grateful that it did. We know we are always happy to be here with you week after week. No matter which faces you see, we are all island girls and we're all here with something to say on this platform. We are happy that you enjoy the content and you enjoy this show, and we thank you for always sticking with us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We will be back next week Wednesday at the usual time, 6 p.m. Next week Wednesday might be our last episode, guys. So just giving you all a heads up
for the year.
For the year.
No, should we be all festive and
for the season?
Yes, we may have a little surprises for you.
Yes.
So tell a friend.
Yes. So just to recap, the last episode for season 2.
I know, right?
Right. We will be back next year, God willing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. But yes, again, we just love that you guys enjoy what we do. We do enjoy doing it for you. And we'll be back next week, Wednesday, which is going to be our last episode right here at 6 p.m., 6 to 8:30 p.m. So be there. All right. Before we go, though, Steph, you want to do something?
Gosh, I brought something
because we like make out scene now. So
well, Chrissy missed my belly dance class.
Yes, Steph does a belly dance class, and you can find it on her page.
It's quite nice, and we just talk about the belly dance class for a little bit. It's lovely. It is calming. It is grounding. It makes you feel good.
Yes.
Good.
I do
so
a
good.
sip and belly dance, and you get wine while you learn to belly dance. So basically,
do you have any for the year again?
You probably should
I did my
have.
last one just Sunday gone, but I will start back in January. So I
Okay.
started at the Chancellor Hotel, and I also do in Tobago. So I'll keep you all posted on my page on the locations for that too.
Yeah,
got it.
But Chrissy, she couldn't make, but she still, I don't know why she still paid me.
Oh, God.
And I can't take money, and like, I feel bad about that. So I'm giving her something
brought
from my
me
brand.
something.
Ways You Wear, and it's a body butter.
It looks so
It's
pretty.
body butter. My favorite thing, one of my favorite things.
And it's all natural ingredients.
Well, all right.
Let me smell it.
It's, you know what? It smells like, I love it though. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
You're not going to rub myself down with that.
And guess what? I use those for all different types of massages with my boyfriend.
I was literally.
That's why you were so comfortable answering that question.
Literally now gonna say that
Okay.
this will make a good massage. Does it melt when it gets
Ooh.
It's like kind of, I like a little oily and a sheen, and it leaves a sheen on it.
I'm going to use this tonight.
Yeah.
That's why I was so comfortable with
when
this.
you
Huh?
do massages on someone or just
my
on your
boo.
no Chris, you're gonna do it tonight when you do a massage or something? Just rubbing your foot. You should rub in
Just
your
your foot.
Or
You
having
know what?
someone rub
I will just leave you all guessing. I know I say certain things on this show, but y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know what goes on, do ya? Okay, so let's just go to the chat room for a quick hot second. We have Stephen Warwick saying, rest in peace, Ricardo. Indeed. He goes on to say, no zone. Fire Wolfman with the praying hands. Stephen Warwick is back saying, never know when is your last. Indeed. You never know. So, you know.
So send your flowers.
Yes. And lastly, Fire Wolfman says, sip and dance. Very interesting. Now, there's a segment for you.
It's, well,
Right here.
I call it sip and shimmy.
Sip. We love that too.
Yeah. Shimmy with stuff. So now it's like sip and shimmy.
I think we should do that on the show, you know. I think.
We
Well,
should. I want some
we
belly dance
should.
classes on the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
we
had
should.
Nalini on. I think it's quite due for a new one.
Yeah, let's do
yes?
it. Yep.
Well, all right. It's a plan. So, guys, I think that's it there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I said all my pleasantries, my thank yous and all of that.
Thanks for staying with us. I know we went a little bit
over.
later.
A little bit.
That's okay.
And with that, we wrap the Empowerment Minute. Thank you once more, guys, for everything. For those who stay right until the end, we do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Back, as mentioned, next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m., our last episode of season 2. All right, we were gonna do right up until the 27th, but that's right there 2 days after Christmas. People got things to do, so we will run a rerun for you guys on that day, all right, to end it. But our last live episode will be next week on the 20th. All right, Islands Girl Talk, where women are free to simply be unapologetically. Keep it classy, guys. Bye.
Bye.
My dreams, rep for my city and fix my scheme. System mother, so they set it. So you have to get up and get it. Get a youth, them a dream. Get your money and build your dreams. Rep your city and fix your scheme. System mother, so they set it. So you have to get up and get it. Get a youth, them a dream. Everybody want more money. One of them not gonna work hard for it. Me I talk about star money. House and land and car money. Them just a look up for your pocket for the bar money. When you a look another wrongs, them a take off running. Them wish them coulda take the little me have half of me. Can't stop me cause them never really seen the start of me. The part of me, inside of the heart of me. The spark in me, to be what I want to be. Pain and sufferation a part of me. A masterpiece cause it's all hard to me. You see me Yankee keep the haters off of me. And we not roll marijuana and a quarter leaf. Now sell my soul, not the money, not the world that a boy coulda offer me. One thing me a pray, get my money and build my dreams. Rep for my city and fix my scheme. System mother, so they set it. So you have to get up and get it. Get a youth, them a dream. Get your money and build your dreams.